Triple Cities Family Dental pregame show, part of Black Bears hockey here tonight. Triple Cities Family Dental makes your smile their priority. Schedule an appointment by calling them at 607-545-4148. Coming to you live from the Danbury Ice Arena. The Zamboni has made its passes as warm-ups have concluded, and this time no broken glass to delay the start of tonight's game. So we're very excited about that, and hopefully we can get started here in the near future. Scheduled for a 7:05 puck drop here tonight. As I welcome in my broadcast partner tonight, it's Cole Parenti back on the color commentary. And Cole, last night the Black Bears were able to take care of business up in Elmira. It was a little worrisome for about 10 minutes in that game when it was 2-1, but after that, the Black Bears really took control and had 4 players record a multi-point night, 3 of which were multi-goals.
Yeah, it was the usual suspects with Nikita Ivashkin, but then you take a look at that stat sheet, Dakota Bond, who has gotten off to a nice roaring start since coming over from the SPHL, and the man who might be the hottest stick on the team right now, Andrew Logar. The last time I put this headset on, my stat sheet Andrew Logar had 3 goals. I put it on today. He has 7. I believe it's 3 straight games with a goal, Brooks, dating back to last week against Watertown, the first one. 4 in his last 3 games, so I'll be looking at him. He's really found some nice chemistry with Josh Fletcher and Justin Samaro.
Yeah, and you see some of the kids who were playing in the youth game earlier today here at the Danbury Ice Arena, part of the honorary starters here as we get ready to start tonight's show. For everybody, just to be transparent on the broadcast, as we have been, we do not have a pre-recorded interview tonight. Coach Sherwood was talking with some league officials, and with a little bit of traffic, as soon as we hit the Connecticut state line, I decided that it was best not to bother him with his preparation for tonight's game. I do have a picture of his talking points and how he addressed the team earlier today, so I will read those on the other side of this timeout, a part of the Tully's Coaches Corner. So don't go anywhere, folks. We got the Sherwood keys to the game here tonight, coming up right after this on the Triple Cities Family Dental pregame show.
Bring in the new year with the Binghamton Black Bears as they take on the Danberry Hatchlets on Sunday, December 31st, at a special 5 p.m. start time. It is 2-for-1 beer night, and the Black Bears will be wearing their Night Ranger jerseys for the second time this year. Add your tickets now at BinghamtonBlackBears.com.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Upper Front Street in Binghamton. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
All about you make me think of good things. Good things. Like calming tempers down. Good things. And passing them around. So stand up and cheer. Well, that's gonna be a good thing.
Share a good-natured Canadian Pilsner.
Welcome back into the Triple Cities Family Dental pregame show. Brooks Hill alongside Cole Parenti here tonight. And now time for Coach Sherwood's keys to the game inside the Tully's Coaches Corner. This is coming straight off of the whiteboard that was used as a talking point tonight for the team meeting as soon as the Black Bears got here. So things to look out for Danbury. What he wants to do is they want to pressure down low, and they want to do a better job of blocking shots tonight. He has a couple players marked for standouts here tonight, and I actually misplaced my sheet from Danbury. Thank you, Cole. That's actually mine. Johnny Ruiz and Nick DiNicola were the 2 players to watch for the Danbury hat tricks. He's written down what the power play units are going to do. The unit quarterbacked by Zach Pemelion is going to go with a double swing, and they're going to pick up behind the net and try to make it a 200-foot play, and has written down that we're going to probably see Danbury when they're at even strength in a 1-1-3 forecheck, and when they're on the penalty kill, they're just going to drop 1 in the back line, go to a 1-1-2. So he knows how important it is off of faceoffs, and that was the final talking point that he had written down on the board, is know your responsibility in case the Black Bears lose a face-off. So know where you're going to if Danberry wins the draw, which Johnny Ruiz, very good at taking faceoffs, especially the offensive zone, and that's when Danberry has done their most damage this year against the Black Bears, Cole.
Yeah, we've seen it quite a few times. Set plays off the draw, guys not getting in shooting lanes and open shots just finding its way to the Binghamton netminders. But you got to look at Coach Sherwood's two-circled player, Johnny Ruiz, the leader of this team. He's been the leader for a while. And Nick DiNicola, who arguably has the best shot on this Danbury Hat Tricks team. The Black Bears really got to focus on them and focus on getting in those shot lanes and making life easy for their goaltender tonight.
All right, while we have the opportunity, let's go ahead and transition to tonight's Court Jester Athletic Club injuries and scratches. We'll start with the Black Bears, who are the visitors tonight. Dan Weber still out with an upper body concern. He is on the 15-day IR. And the third goalie, not dressed in uniform tonight, even though he did last week, Connor McAnanamaw, did not make the trip with the Black Bears. Nolan Egbert will be the backup tonight. Sam Levecchi will get his start, looking for his 8th win of the season. Over on the Danbury side of things, Kyle Gonzalez is still on the IR, and so is Chase Harwell. Gonzalez on the 15-day IR, and Chase Harwell on the 7-day IR. Daniel Amesbury and Corey Cunningham are serving suspensions right now, and also head coach Bill McCreary is out this weekend with an illness. So tonight's acting head coach will be Matt Voidy for the Danbury squad. So those are the Court Jester Athletic Club injuries and scratches. Court Jester Athletic Club is Binghamton's premier fitness facility. We're going to take a timeout, come back with the Thompson & Johnson Equipment Company goaltending matchup and the presentation of tonight's national anthem. We'll be right back after this, folks, so don't go anywhere. We're going to keep trucking along here on the Triple Cities Family Dental pregame show.
You can experience gig speeds with Greenlight Networks. Our reliable fiber connection provides fast, affordable internet, so you can accomplish more in less time. We're expanding coverage in many places in the Southern Tier, and we want to be your internet provider. Visit greenlightnetworks.com and click on Check Availability to see if we're in your area. Greenlight Networks, fast, affordable internet in your hometown.
For discounted name brand clothing and footwear for the whole family, Homer Men and Boys Store is the place to shop. In business since 1951, our woman-owned family business is known for treating their customers like family. And there's nothing more important to us than backing every sale with friendly service. Come visit us to see the largest pair of jeans in the world. Come see what we have for you.
Well, it got dark in here all of a sudden as the Danbury Hat Tricks get ready to make their way out of the team locker room. Something I learned actually earlier this week, Danbury, they come out from behind, directly behind the net on the left side of your screen here. They actually have to walk up and down a set of stairs to get to their locker room.
Yeah, I noticed that, Brooks. One day we were here, and I was coming around while they were taking warm-ups. They have to walk through like a little pass. I think the locker room's on the other side of the second rink in this arena, so a bit of a hike. The Black Bears kind of got the long end of the stick on that one. They just get to walk straight onto the ice.
That reminds me a lot of Port Huron. Port Huron up in Michigan, they walk up a set of stairs to their locker room on the second floor of the arena, and both teams actually come out of the same tunnel. And the Black Bear, the visiting team, ironically enough, is the one that's located on the first floor, which, you know, doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, but kind of thought that was funny.
Made me nervous. Do you remember when the NHL restarted with the bubble in Toronto? They had steps to come down to get onto the ice. I would be nervous about twisting an ankle on those steps. I know those guys are better on skates than I am on these sneakers, but it still makes me nervous, that little blade with ankles.
Yep, and you know, always got to be careful of the skate guards. Obviously, I'm sure it's padded, and it's not concrete. I'm sure it's very safe to walk on, but it's just whatever it's worth to everybody. Pointing that out helps us fill time a little bit more. But for right now, let's go ahead and meet tonight's goaltenders, presented by our friends over at the Thompson & Johnson Equipment Company. Sam Levecchi looking to grab his 8th win of the season. He is 7-1-0 with a 9.14 goals against average. He's undefeated against the Danbury Hat Tricks, and he's going to face off with Liam Murray, who is going to make his second start as a member of the Hat Tricks. And the last time these two teams played, Liam Murray was the starting goaltender in that game as well. Murray is 0-1-0, 4 goals against average, and a .909 save percentage. Last night, not the night for Connor McCollum, as Danbury lost 7-2 on the road to Watertown, while the Black Bears were able to win 7-3 over the Elmira River Sharks. So, tale of 2 different road games between these two teams. And Danbury looking to get back in the win column tonight. They are at exactly hockey 500, 10-10-2, while the Black Bears come in at 17-2-3.
Yeah, Liam Murray was the returning piece in that Dmitry Kuznetsov trade. The Danbury Hat Tricks needing a solid backup for Connor McCullum, who started a lot of games. But like you said, Brooks, it hasn't been smooth sailing. It's not been the defense of the title that they thought it would be. And that Watertown team that they faced last night has sneaky nights where they can put a lot of goals behind you. The Black Bears saw that early in November, and they're not a team to be taken lightly, and neither is this Danbury Hat Tricks team. So the Black Bears can't really focus on the win last night. They have to move towards today, and then after this one's done, quickly turn the page and go to tomorrow.
All right, that is the voice of Cole Parenti. The starters are about to come out for the Danbury Hat Tricks. While we have the opportunity, let's meet the starters for the Binghamton Black Bears. Here tonight, it'll be the top line of Tyson Kirkby, Austin Thompson, and Don Oliveri, with the Adrian College Bulldogs on the blue line, Dakota Bond and Daniel Stone, with Sam Levecchi in net. And on the opposite side, it'll be Nick DiNicola on the wing, Johnny Ruiz in the middle, and Jacob Ratcliffe on the far side for the Danbury Hat Tricks.
It's a lot of people on that ice to high five right now, Brooks. That's it's like a sea of people out there.
A lot of age range going on too. I believe that's going to probably be.
It's got to be three different teams, obviously by the jerseys, but it's got to be 3 different age groups too.
It's actually 4.
4. Oh yeah, I didn't see that one down there. Wow. Well,
so Ratcliffe, DiNicola, and Ruiz with Zach Pamaleon and Steve Brown, tonight's ANC starters for the Danbury Hat Tricks, and we already talked about the starting lineup for the Binghamton Black Bears. We will take a timeout, come back. We want to thank you for listening in to the Triple Cities Family Dental pregame show. We are going to wrap it up, and when we come back, we have the Dragon Billiards instruction first period of tonight's contest.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Old Vestal Road in Vestal. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Whether you're a high school or college athlete or a weekend warrior, Guthrie is the area's premier sports medicine program, offering injury evaluation, concussion management, physical therapy, and more. With a full team of providers across New York and Pennsylvania offering same or next day appointments, Guthrie gets you back in the game as quickly as possible. Call the Guthrie Sports Medicine team today at 866-GUTHRIE or learn more at guthrie.org/sportsmed.
Are you ready to take your billiards game to a whole new level? Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop has everything you need to impress your friends and crush your opponents. American Q Sports certified coach Kim the Dragon Young is now accepting new students. From novices to pros, the Dragon helps you find your best game with in-person or online instruction available worldwide. Need help with stance, stroke, or alignment and aiming? We've got you covered. Looking for advanced cue control techniques and trick shots? No problem. Follow us on Facebook at Dragon Billiards Instruction and Instagram at Dragon Billiards Kim for free daily tips and drills, upcoming tournaments and events, as well as exciting contests and giveaways. Subscribe on Patreon for personalized video content. Visit our online pro shop for the lowest prices on the highest quality pool cues, accessories, and Dragon Billiards gear. Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop, breathing fire into your game.
Welcome in for another edition of Black Bears Hockey here on YouTube. Brooks Hill and Cole Parenti will join us in just a second. Tonight's first period is always brought to you by our friends over at Dragon Billiards Instruction. Learn, shop, and repair all things billiards at their store in Vestal. Check out their website, dragonbilliardsinstruction.com. As we have a mass exodus of fans from the honorary starters tonight, making their way off of the ice. The lights do turn back on. That's always a good sign. Got a full broadcast booth here tonight, so you might hear our friends Doug and Brian on the Danberry Hat Tricks call, popping in and out every now and then. Do not be alarmed. It's just tight quarters up here tonight. As I welcome in my partner tonight, Cole Parenti. Cole, I know it's been a while since we've been on the broadcast together, but during your Christmas holiday, what are some things that you've noticed so far with the Black Bears?
Well, Brooks, it sounds like you might have missed me a little bit, but I noticed that the offense is firing on all cylinders along with the goaltending. It's been strong for the Black Bears. They've really have a luxury in this league, and that's 3 solid starting goaltenders with Nolan Egbert, who went last night, Sam Levechi went tonight, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see Connor McAnanama tomorrow, but that's what you need to be a successful team. They opened up that lead nice and tight, and not tight, I should say, nice and, big on the Motor City Rockers, who were chasing them for a little bit. Now with 2 games in hand, Motor City still trails by about 15 or 16 points. I have to double check my notes, but this Black Bear team has been rolling, and really when you look back at 2023 as a whole, a year to be happy for the Triple B franchise.
Yeah, also worth noting, tonight is the 1-year anniversary of Coach Sherwood coaching his first game. It was up in Watertown last year, and the Black Bears won that game, and then they played those same Wolves on New Year's Eve, kind of like how Binghamton's playing Danbury on the road tonight, and then we'll face the same hat tricks tomorrow at home as well. So 1 year of head coach Brant Sherwood, and he has really turned this team around.
Well, he's turned this entire franchise around. They went from a good team to a powerhouse team in this league, so Coach Sherwood deserves a lot of credit for that turnaround. And I believe he's only a few games away, Brooks, from being the longest tenured coach in Black Bears history, so congratulations to Brant on that. But enough about stats. Let's watch some hockey, Brooks. Even if Tyson Kirkby looks like he's having a nice conversation with Johnny Ruiz before the puck's dropped.
So I don't know what happened, but it looks like Danbury is starting the game in the penalty box, and Danbury only has 4 skaters on the ice.
Well,
Hamilton sitting in the penalty box.
See something new every day, Brooks. It must be one of those delay of game penalties that you get for not leaving the ice fast enough. I don't know.
That's been enforced a whole lot this year. So, Haney Hard Seltzer power play starts the game. They are tied with Motor City at 30%, top of the FPHL. So the top 2 teams in the Empire tied top of the league on the power play. So Binghamton starts on the power play. Logar crosses over the blue line and gets set up for Oliveri. Now Bond, who has become hot as of lately on the power play, manning the top of the umbrella. He has a wrister that's seen all the way by Liam Murray, tonight's starting goaltender for Danbury, and a good first save, making sure he's seen the puck early in this one.
Yeah, Murray tracked that the entire way right into his glove. The Black Bears got to get in front of him, take his eyes away, and make saves difficult. Pro goaltenders aren't going to let those ones by them, so you have to take away their eyes and make the saves difficult.
So a tie-up in the corner. Loose puck, and Danbury is going to be able to clear this out of the zone. Binghamton will come all the way back. And now, crossing over the line, Thompson throws a wrister, and I believe that caught the shoulder of Murray, held in by Oliveri as Bond toes the blue line, a weak wrister, blocked by Tetreault, and that'll elude the feet of Bond and come all the way behind Lovecchi's net, and I think it skipped over his stick. And that forces Oliveri to play it up at the blue line and sidestep Jared Yao. So 50 seconds left to go in this power play as the Danbury goaltender does a good job of clearing this puck all the way out of the zone.
What a nifty move by Gavin Yates to get that puck into the zone, even if it's just for a second. He still was able to get some zone time, but only 30 seconds to go on this power play. They really got to get something moving, Brooks.
Yeah, one shot to show for it so far. Lovecchi having a little bit of a hard time playing the puck so far. I saw that time that it just hopped his stick. As soon as it made contact, just rolled over end over end. So
we used to call those dirt ball reads back in baseball days, Brooks. Long Beach baseball field had a lot of rocks, so a lot of those bouncing balls and now bouncing pucks.
So one shot on this Henny Hard Seltzer power play that really hasn't been able to get going after their initial entry into the zone. This faceoff was won by the Black Bears, but thrown down the length of the ice, and Murray's only play is to cover it up. So they flip the ice, get better position, and offensive zone faceoff coming up with 15 seconds left on this power play. So Gavin Yates will try to muscle one back over to either Connor Smith or Liam Anderson here.
I would look for him to give it to Anderson, setting up Boilard for a one-timer, Brooks. That would be what I think.
And a good job by number 27 for Danbury. That is John Scully playing his 4th game of the season, as penalty time is just about up for Pamela. He's up and ready, so the Binghamton power play will fall to 0 for 1 on the night to start the first 2 minutes of this game. Ivashkin, though, comes in with a load of steam and centers it off of the skate of Murray. A loose puck still available. Held in by Smith. Turnaround shot blockered away. Ivashkin tries a power move, and Murray didn't locate the puck in time, but luckily his defenseman did. Penalty coming up. And excuse me, no, the net is off the pegs. The referee had his arm up in the air already, signaling no change, and I thought that was a delayed penalty. My apologies.
Well, nobody knew where that puck was when it bounced right into Liam Murray's crease. That puck hit off the back of the boards, and I think everyone expected it to go right when it bounced right out to the left. Ivashkin was looking in the corner, Murray was looking in the corner, and lucky for the hat tricks, they were able to recover, and no damage was done.
So the third line comes out for Coach Sherwood's club. Josh Fletcher, Andrew Logar, and Thomas Reyes. Boilar hammers a shot from the blue line. Now, this is the third line in terms of depth scoring for the Black Bears, but last night these players on the ice combined for 3 goals. Logar with 2 and Ray with 1. So Logar tries to exit the zone. Stoichevsky lost his balance trying to deliver a hit, and Josh Fletcher drops it back over for Ray, a shot that's kicked out by Murray and cleaned up by Tetreault for Danbury. Puts it out to the red line, but no further. Danbury will change the forwards, and Logar with a quick re-entry into the zone gets taken out legally. And Ray over to the loose puck, back up to Walters. Goes D to D with Jesse Anderson. A wrister through traffic, and it's tipped in by Tyson Kirkby. Binghamton on the board early, just like they were last night. 3 minutes in to the contest. And a shot from Jesse Anderson from the point. And a fan favorite here in Danbury, Tyson Kirkby, gets the Black Bears on the board first, his 13th of the season. Now ties Nikita Ivashkin for a team high in goals.
Well, Brooks, that all started with Andrew Logar holding on to that puck and keeping it in the zone. The confidence he's oozing since, really having this electric run he's been on has been amazing. But he gets a start at Kirkby with the tip, and the Black Bears are in business early.
Early shots on goal, 6-0 favoring Binghamton. And Binghamton only had 2 shots on the power play. Each unit had 1. Oliveri gets knocked down, but spins his way around the blue line, but Tyson Kirkby was calling for it, but his spot was vacated. And he'll have to retreat into his own end and set it back up. So Lovecchi's put some handles on the puck, but has not made a save quite yet. About 4 minutes gone here in period number 1. Jesse Anderson cutting through the middle of the ice. A beautiful saucer pass over to Oliveri. His shot blocked by Yao. And down below the goal line, Kirkby fighting the battle to get over to the loose puck. Dan Stone elects not to pinch. Probably the smart play there. No need to early in this one. Oliveri will just slap this around the glass, and that'll allow Binghamton to change all 5 players. So apologies for the scoreboard. Cole is trying to work through it right now. There's 15:40 left to go, and Binghamton leads 1-0. That's what I'm going to tell you, and we'll update you if anything drastically changes. Yates comes in with a load of steam, and he tries the low-angle shot, banks it off the mask of Murray, and out of play with 15:31 left to go here in the period.
Yeah, it was a good defensive play by the Hat-Tricks to get that puck up into the netting so they could reset. Kirkby has been all over the ice to start here, Brooks.
So now the faceoff is won back, and Ivashkin behind the net gets over to the loose puck, dances around Scully, and Dan Stone throws a wrister that's easily steered away by Murray. Apologies for the goal animation coming up. We're working through it right now. Ivashkin takes a stick up high, and the Black Bears are headed back to the Henny Hard Seltzer power play in just a few seconds.
Yeah, we'll have to see if any blood was drawn. It looks like we might be getting a 4-minute double minor here, Brooks, if I read the ref's fingers right. But this Black Bear power play is going to get its second chance to make some magic. They'll send out Logar, Kirkby, Oliveri, Thompson, and Bond. So that first unit getting some more time, as it's Scully who served the 4 minutes double minor for high-sticking Nikita Ivashkin.
So it is a double minor on John Scully, the 31-year-old from Arlington Heights. Oliveri misfired on a one-timer, and Danbury tries to go short-handed, springing Ruiz with Ratcliffe, but a pass a little bit too far ahead. And Binghamton will play in their own zone, which is not what they want to do. Thompson camped out at the blue line, and Binghamton finally does get this puck deep over to Murray. Steers it on the backhand and centered out in front. Nobody was there for Binghamton. Excuse me, actually it went between 2 players. They had too many people there for a wide open net on the misplay by the Danbury goaltender. Logar holding just inside the face-off dot. He plays it back up to the line. Tries to get on the forehand. A shot that was partially blocked by Tetreault. And then Thompson makes its way back up to the blue line. Oliveri marked very quickly by Ruiz. They don't want him to get his hands free. Thompson cross ice in the skates of Kirkby. Now Oliveri gets a one-timer and squeaks through the 5-hole of Liam Murray. And Don Oliveri with a power play goal. Binghamton 1 for 2 on the night, and they still have 2 minutes to go on a power play here with 14:08 left to go.
Well, the Don father, always a welcome sight back, and Binghamton connects on his 8th of the season. It was just a shot I don't think Liam Murray picked up because it didn't leave the ice, Brooks. It was on the ice and it just kind of squeaked its way to the right post. So what a play by Don Oliveri to load up the cannon, and I think it was a bit of a knuckle puck, Brooks. I don't think he got all of it, but it counts all the same when it goes behind the goal line.
Yeah, and I think that's the second time in a row that that Oliveri misfired on a one-timer.
Yeah, I noticed that in first, Brooks. He's misfired on that last one, but he made it count on the second one, so it's 2-0 Binghamton as they double the lead. So we look like we have a conversation between some hat-tricks, brass, and the officials.
I think they just want to make sure that the gate stays closed from behind the benches. So now a traditional 5-on-4 with 2 minutes on the board, as that puck is slapped all the way down off the glass from Steve Brown. 6 minutes gone here, and Binghamton leads by a pair. So the second unit going to get some time here as Yates comes right on in. He circles around and drops it back for Smith from the dots. His shot blocked by Brown, going down to one knee. The elderman of this Danbury club. Ivashkin's shot absorbed by Murray. Rebound still available. Clearing attempt is blocked by Smith, but on second opportunity, Zinchenko will glide it down with one hand.
Brooks, if you can pocket a third goal here before the Black Bears go to our even first media timeout, that would be huge to really get this game rolling in the right direction and off and firing.
So Yates comes in through the middle. It's knocked down in front, and right as Cole says, Nikita Ivashkin knocks in the third goal here in the first 7 minutes of the game. So another power play goal for Binghamton, and they now lead by a trio here, and that double minor proving costly against Danbury as the ice arena has fallen silent. Binghamton now 2 for 3 on the power play.
Well, Brooks, it was just a broken play that Nikita Ivashkin found in the slot. It looks like Danbury is going to elect to use their timeout here, which is a smart plan, giving up 3 goals in just under 7 minutes. So they're going to regroup here. And the Black Bears have come out firing. They look like they brought that offense they had in First Arena last night down here to the ice arena. And Brooks, I have to say, I've missed live Black Bears hockey. It's good to be back.
Yep, it's good to have you back as well, Cole. It's 9-0 terms, shots on goal. So 3 of the 9 have made it past Liam Murray. 2 on the power play. First one belongs to Tyson Kirkby. So the Kirkby goal and the Ivashkin goal, both tips, redirect. Nothing you really can blame the goaltender about, because that puck moves fast, and especially when it gets touched just ever so slightly, it can go from top to bottom, left to right, before you can even blink your eye. And then I think the Oliveri misfire really kind of confused Murray as well. If you're expecting the big blast, and especially getting the puck up in the air, sometimes if it just goes in over in, like you said, it doesn't get off the ice, that can kind of fool you like a changeup.
And he seemed to expect it right to his glove hand on the left side, but that puck came in to his right side by his pad. So definitely an interesting turn of events for Liam Murray.
So Danbury will wrap this puck in. Levechi will just leave it for Boilar. It'll hop over the stick of Ray, and Danbury on the board right back. So Danbury with a quick answer right out of the timeout. Binghamton does not clear the zone, and Johnny Ruiz, the leading goal scorer on this Danbury club, grabs the first goal of the night for Danbury on the first shot on target.
Yeah, and it was a great response by Danbury out of the timeout. After giving up 3 quick ones, they come back with one of their own. And of course, it's the captain, Johnny Ruiz, the leader, who gets them on the board. Still a hill to climb, but not a mountain anymore.
It is not Ratcliffe, misplayed it at the red line. And now Tetreault will come in, tries to use Liam Anderson as a screen, goes off the end wall, and Ratcliffe behind the net will play it up for Zinchenko. Excuse me, that was Stoichevsky, and he gets bullied off the puck. Oliveri comes back in, holds with a wrist shot, fought off by Murray. Kirkby on the rebound, denied, and Danbury will clear. They actually had numbers coming the other way if they carry that puck out of the zone instead, because 3 of Black Bears were behind the net. But instead, Danbury elects to just throw it down the ice, and to their fruition, it still worked out. This is tipped. Boilar trying to beat Ratcliffe to the spot, and this is an icing against Danbury with 12:11 left to go. And finally, we are allowed to take our first media timeout of the night. Before we've played 8 minutes, we have 4 goals between the two sides. Binghamton leads, though, by a pair, up 3-1 over the Danbury Hat-Tricks on the road. Back with you right after this.
Jersey, bring us the Hennies! Yeah! All right, I got the Hennies. Console's out, eh? Oh, yeah. Cheers, baby. A win like that calls for a real celebration. Oh, yeah. I have one on that.
Getting your hands on an all-new CF Moto side-by-side or four-wheeler is now easier than ever at ExciteMotorsports.com. Purchase your next power sports vehicle with our new, easy, and quick online buying experience. Browse inventory on ExciteMotorsports.com. Buy, get approved for financing, and e-sign online.
Join the action in progress. Sorry about that. They were a little early coming out of the media timeout when they dropped the puck. Stoichevsky trying to dance around. Dakota Bond does get past one Black Bear defender, but not the second. Ivashkin wraps this around, and then he sends Jared Yao down to the ice. As they announce Johnny Ruiz's 11th of the season. It's the first goal of the night for the Danbury Hat Tricks, but they are offsides as Troy Harwell, wearing 33, the younger brother of Chase Harwell, playing his second game with the Danbury club, was a hair early and offsides.
Yeah, Chase Harwell still out on injury. He lets his brother get into the action, and the Harwell brothers, and another brother pair we see in the league, Brooks. Got a few of them now.
Yeah, Harwell right now on the IR, so not playing tonight with his brother, as this is another icing against Danbury. They're bringing this back with 11:32.
We have them, and then there's the twins in Carolina, right?
The Hussey brothers are, I believe, in Baton Rouge now.
But no, we had those twins when Carolina was in town. One was a forward, one was a defenseman.
Oh,
I
yes,
can't remember the name.
Yes. You're right.
I usually
remember.
am, Brooks. Don't worry.
Okay, so Dan Stone from the point, looking for another Ivashkin attempt. This time it's off target, and Danbury will be able to clear this one out of the way. Connor Woolley dropping it back from Troy Harwell. He fanned on it and then was sent into the wall by Stone. So Danbury trying to build a period here as they spotted the Black Bears a 3-goal lead. They've managed to knock that down to 2. LaBelle and Ivashkin do battle. Ivashkin tries to center it up. His ice cut in half by maybe the tallest player on the ice, and Josh LaBelle, who's looking for a bounce-back night. Last night finished as a -7 in the plus-minus category in that 7-2 routing of Danbury. I'll let you do the math. If Watertown scored 7 and he finished as a -7, wrap around, and he scores. Johnny Ruiz makes it a 1-goal game. So 5 goals here in the first period. We're not even halfway through. 9:22, time of the latest goal, and Johnny Ruiz has made it 3-2.
Well, Brooks, I'll be interested to see how Coach Sherwood plays this with his goaltenders or his timeout. That's 2 goals on 2 shots, both by Johnny Ruiz. And now that hill just became a small little plane that the Hat Tricks have to climb to get back in this one.
So, game plan for Binghamton here is get to the next media timeout up by 1 or better. Ray skates in, left the puck partially behind. Does get it behind the goal line, though. Tetreault and Logar jockey for it as Jared Yao starts the breakout. They try the home run pass up to D. Nicola, but JT Walters nullifies that. Tetreault comes in the blue line, left the puck, and Anderson will play it over to Ray. Ray will go one-on-one with Jared Yao. Flies in, but Yao will get the better of Ray this time as Logar knocks it down on the clearing attempt. Cross-ice play over to Boilar, holds, puck in the skates. Ray turnaround opportunity, and Murray covers up with 9:56. So an opportunity for the Black Bears to regroup here. 9:56 left to go, and the lead now is 1. Back with you after this.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Upper Front Street in Binghamton. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Toyota Trucks. Let's go places.
Welcome back in. Here, getting ready for the media timeout. Hey, just stop using clean shot. All right. Thompson with a hammering slap shot. That's blockered away by Liam Murray, who has seemed to settle down a little bit. LaBelle plays the puck around the wall. Over for Scully. Kirkby will pin him up against the wall. Scully was guilty of a double minor that saw the Black Bears score 2 power play goals. And good thing they did, because now it is a 1-goal game. As Murray swallows up a batted puck. 9:33 left to go here. And now we've entered the point of the period. 5 goals in the first 10 minutes. If you're Binghamton, you are just trying to get to the locker room ahead, and you're going to feel okay about what's going on. Oliveri off the faceoff throws a backhander. That's swallowed up by Murray. And if you're Danbury, if you get to the locker room down 1 or better, you're also feeling equally as good about your game. A lot of hockey left to be played here. Hard to believe it's only been 10 minutes and 30 seconds so far.
I will say, though, I don't think the Danbury coaching staff is going to be too happy if they keep up this amount of shots. Only 3 through the first half. Yes, 2 have found the back of the net, but they only have mustered 3 shots to Binghamton's 14.
So Kirkby wins the faceoff back to Thompson. Low angle shot blocked by a defenseman and knocked back out of play. And just as soon as we think we're going to start going, we stop for another faceoff as another stoppage. This time the puck gets batted out of play.
Yeah, almost what this game needs, Brooks, to slow down just a little bit. As Thompson gets it right out in front to Oliveri. No dice.
Now Liam Anderson joining the rush. Sent into the wall by Tetreault. That'll allow Di Nicola some time and space to skate the puck into the neutral zone. And a shot that is steered away by Lovecki. Boilar does a good job of stealing a man off the wall, but Thompson can't catch up to it in time. And Anderson stripped of the puck. Danbury coming back the other way. LaBelle off the side of the net. And Ruiz tries a wraparound chance. Never got it onto the forehand. Played back up to the line for Yao. Oliveri marking him. Yao circling and making his observation. And a penalty coming up against the Black Bears here, as tripping is the call here with 8:34 left to go in the first period.
Only a little bit of an argument from Liam Anderson. The player hits the ice, you're more than likely going to see a penalty called, and LA may not like it, but they're going to go to the power play nonetheless, because from my angle, that was a penalty. But this is a time when the Black Bears really need to bear down and make sure to keep this puck out of their net at all costs. Getting the shoot-in lanes, like Coach Sherwood said in the beginning of the show, he wants to block shots, he needs to block passes, and they need to make Sam Lovecki's night easier.
So 11:26 here, and Josh Fletcher takes that draw and muscles it out himself, and then will throw it out the length of the ice, wasting a couple more seconds. So Liam Anderson guilty of the trip at 11:26. Danbury's power play tied for 10th in the league, only operating at 12% as Somero blocks a pass from Di Nicola. And this will take more seconds off the clock. Here is Danbury, who's going to have to come all the way from behind their own net to start this play. 30 seconds gone in the Northeastern Striping Corporation penalty kill. Stoicheski comes in with a load of steam, separated from the puck, but was still able to get a shot off with a big power move with his frame. But Lovecki with a good save. Dan Stone able to clear this puck down, and Murray sets it up. Doesn't want to pass it, or just leave it over for Yao. Danbury and Binghamton changing players here. Halfway through this penalty kill for Binghamton. Ratcliffe cuts through the middle of the ice, goes off the hand of Thompson, and Walters takes a slap at it. Played back up to the blue line, but not out. Ratcliffe holds it in as Danbury has players circling around. Ruiz comes in, a shot that never made it towards Lovecki, as Ruiz was looking for his third of the period, and that would have been a natural hat trick.
Yeah, and you got to be careful in this arena where the fans are on you as close as they are to get them going. Give a hat trick to Johnny Ruiz, and all of a sudden it's loud and crazy in this arena as we're going to have a 5-on-3.
So Ratcliffe holds. Woolley back over. Ruiz sent it wide. It looks like Anderson will make contact with the puck. And a penalty coming up against Binghamton. And looks like the indication was a hook on first try. And it was.
Well,
it was a cross check.
The tides have certainly turned here, where Binghamton had the momentum for the first 7 or 8 minutes. as it looks like JT Walters is the one taking a seat. Now the momentum seems to be all with the guys in black and orange.
So Danberry now on a 5-on-3, but Kirkby wins this face-off forward all the way back. 10 seconds left. Liam Anderson is up and ready, and they're signaling him to come immediately to the bench as soon as he gets out. So Danberry does cross over the line. Ratcliffe throws it down, and Ruiz circles around Dan Stone, back across, and Lavecchi with his best save of the night, keeping this lead for the Black Bears for the time being. Anderson comes away with a takeaway and just throws a soft shot on target for Murray. Here play and go off. To the bench now, traditional 5-on-4. So Danbury 0 for 1 on their first power play, but now they still have a minute 15 of a traditional 5-on-4. Shot from the point, knocked down by Lavecchi, and Lavecchi keeps it out and then played over. The goaltender made the save, and Lavecchi going post to post, diving out.
Oh, wow, Brooks, as the replay finally comes up here in the Danbury Ice Arena. Lavecchi sprawling desperation save to maintain the Black Bears' 1-goal lead. And scary hours down here in Danbury for the Black Bears defense and penalty kill.
So they tried to change Somero for Ray. Referee's not going to allow the Black Bears to do that. Danbury controls the face-off. And Dinacola tipped, and Lavecchi with a right kick save on the redirect. Somebody's lost their stick in the pileup, can't quite make it out who, but Fletcher does saucer the puck out of harm's way, and Bond one-on-one with LaBelle. Dancing around, lost it in his skates, and then Brown gives him a nudge away from the puck. It did kill off some sweet seconds though for Danbury, as they now have 33 seconds left to go of power play time and their second man-up opportunity of the night. This is dumped in, same side. Lavecchi plays it around, takes it right off the wall, but Tetreault holds it in. This will go end over end and absorbed by Lavecchi off the one hop with 17 seconds left to go in this power play.
Yeah, Dakota Bond killing some seconds, crucial seconds down here in his offensive zone on the penalty kill. Always a little nerve-wracking when you see the defenseman pop up in the play, especially when it is a penalty kill, but Dakota Bond doing a nice job to kill some clock.
So Kirkby will win that face-off. Liam Anderson ties it up in the corner, and then Kirkby will steal it off the stick of Zinchenko, and here backhand this one down the length of the ice, and that'll do it for the Danbury power play, and they fall 0 for 2 on the night. JT Walters, full sprint over to the bench, and Don Oliveri will take his spot. So 4:43 left to go here in the period. Binghamton leads 3-2 after being on top 3-0. Danbury battled back here in the second half of this period. Liam Anderson draws a double team, and 2 players go flying for Danbury, and looks like a Danbury player is shaken up, and the one-timer from Oliveri from Kirkby is knocked down, and that, I believe, is Colby Audette. We'll check on him after we take this timeout. 4:24 left to go here in the first period.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Upper Front Street in Binghamton. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Toyota Trucks. Let's go play.
Welcome back in. First period brought to you by our friends over at Dragon Billiards Instruction. And Cole, you are going to give EJ a conniption.
I can't get the goal bug to stop.
Face off, one back by the Black Bears. Smith turnaround shot well wide of the target. Ratcliffe plays it over for LaBelle. And now, a little give and go action. They throw it on target. Could not be handled by Lavetti. He was only able to get his body in the way. Danbury tries to start the cycle down low. Yates does a good job of tying one man up. Yao D&D with LaBelle. LaBelle a shot wide. I believe that hit Boilar on the way through. Now Yates gets past a swipe of a Danbury player, and he flies into the neutral zone. He holds. Tries to get the puck deep behind Yao. Yao does a good job of blocking that centering pass from Gavin Yates. Smith, though, in between the hashes, trying to get his hands free and get around Di Nicola. His shot well wide. Matchup in size went to Smith there, but Di Nicola using his small frame beautifully to put Smith in an awkward shooting position. Bond toes the blue line, shot blocked by Ratcliffe. And Stone got to the rebound. His shot was blocked as well. Ivashkin and the puck knocked off of his stick by LaBelle. Nobody home for Binghamton. Stone broke his stick in the process, but he held it in with his feet. Yates holding, circling, tries a stuff chance, denied by Murray. Ivashkin trying to get over to the puck, but he's sealed off by Yao. Turnover, though, given right back to the Black Bears. Smith holds, wrister, and Murray calms everything down with 2:51 left to go.
Yeah, it was a great offensive pressure for the Black Bears as they kept Danbury pinned in that zone. Enough time for Dan Stone, who broke his stick, to run and get a new one. But the pressure will build, and the fatigue will start to set in as you go on and on. So keep building these pressure chances, and eventually good things will happen. But not on that play. But Gavin Yates, you could see it in his eyes. He was looking for that wraparound. Just couldn't get enough on it, but I wouldn't be surprised if he tries it again later on.
Penalty coming up against Danbury as they touch up the puck. Logar draws an interference call with 2:43 left to go. So the red hot Binghamton power play will come right back out on the ice. They're 2 for 3 on the night.
I like that call, Brooks, because Logar hadn't got the puck yet and he was taken out of the play. So I'm glad that that was called. You can't go around just throwing your body willy-nilly and hitting people without the puck. So looks like power play will get its chance to start going again.
Scully and Kirkby tie up in the face-off, one back by Kirkby. Oliveri will hold cross ice over to Kirkby. Beautiful seam pass. And then he fanned on the play up to the top of the umbrella. Oliveri a one-timer on the short side, and that's the third miss hit of the night for Oliveri. Bond, head fake, over to Kirkby, seen all the way by Murray as Logar got out of the way of that shot, and seen all the way by the goaltender.
Yeah, I can't tell if Don Oliveri's stick may be just a bit too long or a bit too short, but like you said, Brooks, it's the third time he kind of swung, and it looks like he just changed his stick.
He did. So we'll see if that does anything.
Yeah, he hasn't been getting all of it, so you know these guys are finicky with their sticks, so we'll see.
They are. Face off. There's a two-man game down low. Thompson, Logar, get it back up to Bond. Shot through traffic. Murray made the save initially, and then Brown with a late shove on Logar, but looks like cooler head's going to prevail here as Oliveri and Bond don't get involved, and they want to make sure this puck stays in the offensive zone.
Yeah, I think Tomer's stick just got wrapped up there. He had his stick on the ice and just couldn't get himself available. It was just wrapped up with the Danbury defensive player. It looks like that Steve Brown is going to head off with Andrew Logar. So I guess we'll go down to four. Brooks, we've seen a lot of 4-on-3s this year, which you don't usually see in hockey games.
Yeah. So a high stick and a rough.
So coincidental minors, Logar sits for the Black Bears, and Brown for the hat tricks, and we'll just...
So we will stay at 5-on-4 actually. I don't know which one they gave the high sticking to.
See, Brooks, I don't know
it was Brown.
Why it's not 4-on-3 though, because then the Black Bears are going to lose Logar until after the next whistle. I don't know. They don't pay me to be the Stripes, so I'll respect whatever they say.
Never saw a referee put the hand up in the air either, so. We stay 5-on-4. Bond through traffic, wide of the target, and cleared by Danberry. That's the first time Danberry's cleared the puck on this power play, brought to you by Henny, a hard seltzer. Still has a minute and change left to go here in a 1-goal game. So Danberry cutting away the middle of the ice for Binghamton. And Logar does get the rough. See if Brown gets the high stick. And the Binghamton power play right now. Little sorts of whack trying to get entry into the zone. Finally get across the line. And they work it down low to Thompson. Kirkby tries to corral it temporarily. And Samara, who's in the spot of Logar, gets it over to Thompson. Tries a low angle shot, denied by Murray. 30 seconds left to go in the man advantage. At the point, Oliveri takes his time, surveys his options, and Kirkby holds over to Samaro, fanned on the shot, and he was wide open. Back over to Oliveri in his skates. Back across, over to Bond. Samaro this time couldn't get a clean handle on it, and Ruiz will clear, and that'll be the end of the power play for the Black Bears. Lavecchi doesn't get a clean look at it, and this is knocked down by Smith. We're back to 5-on-5 as Abdella has returned. Shot blockered away by Murray with 40 seconds left to go. So Binghamton power play falls to 2 for 4 on the night for our friend EJ keeping stats at home for the social media graphics. Binghamton 2 for 4, Danbury 0 for 2.
I think Samaro just got handcuffed that second time. He fanned on the first shot, and then the second time in the slot, Danbury was giving him that entire slot. I think he was just handcuffed there on the pass.
So here comes Zinchenko trying to dance around Walters and gets past, and a penalty coming up. And hooking is the indication. Danbury pleading to the official for a penalty shot, but Binghamton takes another penalty here in the dying seconds of the period. 30 ticks left to go here, and Jesse Anderson, the latest guilty member of the infraction party.
Yeah, a lot of penalties. Refs getting their money's worth here. Brooks, your book's getting its money worth. The Black Bears need to get this to the tunnel, still up by 1.
Yep, that was the goal. So Ruiz wins this face-off back to Yao. Yao's initial pass was taken away. Ratcliffe through traffic, blockered away by Lavecchi. Lavecchi with a little poke on the way through for McKittrick, standing a little bit too close to his net. So 15 seconds. Ratcliffe cutting through the middle, plays it over to Ruiz. It's going to be tipped. Walters first man over to it and pins it behind the wall, centering, and off the post, rebound denied by Thompson, and the puck stays out of the net. Danbury with a golden opportunity for a late Christmas gift to tie the game up at 3 with a few seconds left. Walters could not seal the puck against the wall, and Danbury had a yawning net not once but twice, and Austin Thompson keeps this game in favor of the Black Bears headed into the first break.
Well, it was a smart move by JT Walters to just pin the puck against the zone. I really like the play to make sure that that puck just stays there, let the period run out, but 2 hat tricks converged on him. The puck squeaked out, and Sam Lavecchi and Austin Thompson kept this game a 1-goal game.
So we will take a timeout. We will come back. A lot of people making their way back to the concession stand. We will come back with the Excite Motorsports intermission report. So don't go anywhere, folks. We've got a lot to talk about as 5 goals were scored in the first period. First 3 by Binghamton, last 2 by Danbury. Looks like we got a good one in store tonight. Back with you after this.
Ring in the new year with the Binghamton Black Bears as they take on the Danbury Hatchlets on Sunday, December 31st at a special 5 p.m. start time. It is 2-for-1 beer night, and the Black Bears will be wearing their Night Ranger jerseys for the second time this year. Grab your tickets now at BinghamtonBlackBears.com.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Upper Front Street in Binghamton. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
All about you make me think of good things. Good things. Like calming tempers down. Good things. And passing them around. So stand up and cheer. Well, that's gonna be a good thing.
Share a good-natured Canadian Pilsner.
Welcome back for another edition of the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report. They have a young fan trying the intermission shootout.
Brooks, sorry, Brooks, you finish?
And there he goes. I knew the horn was coming, so.
I gotta say though, Brooks, they asked the kid who his favorite hockey player was. He said, Connor Bedard. I think it's a little early to be naming Connor Bedard your favorite. He's only played, 34, 35 games? I don't know. I love Connor Bedard, but a little too early. But he's just a kid, so we'll give him a pass.
Yeah, a little,
I don't mean to be judgy.
I was more impressed of how big of a stick he was using. You could tell. So the kid plays youth hockey.
Said he has 8 goals.
He was not using a stick made for his size. So that was the more impressive thing. That once he figured out the flex, able to put it right down the middle.
Brooks, goal scorers find a way. Like I said, the kid told us the entire arena he had 8 goals coming into the season. He's a center, so where there's a will, there's a way. And kid's a goal scorer, so maybe we should tell Sherwood to get the prospects and the scouts looking at him.
Yeah, maybe. Well, we got a lot to talk about here. Unfortunately, it looks like the league website is down right now with not updating, so we have been keeping track of stats ourselves. So unfortunately, I'm going to preface this with everybody that these stats are unofficial because they are not on the league website. These are just by my count. So let's start with the power play. Binghamton is 2 for 4. They score on their middle 2 power play opportunities that were both a part of the Steve Brown double minor for high sticking.
Yeah, the power play looked good. It was clicking early.
Excuse me, that was, I don't want to say Steve Brown. That was John Scully. My apologies. But go ahead, finish your point.
It's all good, Brooks. Yeah, but the power play off to a good start. The first power play, they kind of couldn't get their bearings, but those next 2, even though they were back-to-back, the puck was moving, the shots were getting on net, they were taking away the goalie's eyes, and it shows why the Black Bears power play is such a elite power play in this league. They were tied coming into it with Motor City. We'll see if Motor City, how they do tonight, but the Black Bear power play looked good on those 2 occasions.
Yeah, speaking of Motor City, we will take a peek at the out-of-town scoreboard a little bit later on in the intermission report here. So we talked about the power play shots on goal. 23 for Binghamton in the first period. They had the first 9, but Danbury scores on their first 2 shots, and it was Sam Levecchi's turn to settle down. And now Danbury finishes the period with 12.
Yeah, I pointed it out about halfway through. They only had 2 or 3 shots, and they climbed there in the last 10 minutes all the way up to 12. It looks like a big discrepancy on the board, 23-12, but if you just take out those last 10 minutes, it's closer than you might think, and Sam Levecchi did a great job. He needs to settle in a little bit more and, get around all the sprawling he's had to do, but he's kept them in this game, and that's all you can ask of your goaltender.
All right, we will take timeout, come back with more right after this on the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report.
Are you ready to take your billiards game to a whole new level? Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop has everything you need to impress your friends and crush your opponents. American Q Sports certified coach Kim the Dragon Young is now accepting new students. From novices to pros, the Dragon helps you find your best game with in-person or online instruction available worldwide. Need help with stance, stroke, or alignment and aiming? We've got you covered. Looking for advanced cue control techniques and trick shots? No problem. Follow us on Facebook at Dragon Billiards Instruction and Instagram at Dragon Billiards Kim for free daily tips and drills, upcoming tournaments and events, as well as exciting contests and giveaways. Subscribe on Patreon for personalized video content. Visit our online pro shop for the lowest prices on the highest quality pool cues, accessories, and Dragon Billiards gear. Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop, breathing fire into your game.
When you care about something, you take care to protect it. The family that depends on you, and the future you're planning for them.
You'll have your own college stories too someday.
With sound advice, smart strategies, and a broad variety of life insurance options, Security Mutual can help provide for the people you care about and also help you reach your financial goals.
It's a sound plan. The time to start thinking about college.
And retirement is now.
Security Mutual Life, the company that cares.
Get access to exclusive player events, monthly parties, and road trips to away Black Bears games. This is what you get when you become a member of the Binghamton Black Bears Booster Club. Stop by the Booster Club table behind Section 4 at the next Black Bears home game, pick up a 50-50 ticket, and sign up to join for just $10. Stay up to date on the Booster Club by liking their Facebook page, facebook.com/Binghamton Black Bears Booster Club. Monthly meetings with players, road trips, and a whole lot of fun when you join the Black Bears Booster Club.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Upper Front Street in Binghamton. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Wanting more Black Bears hockey? Season tickets are on sale. Visit binghamtonblackbears.com or call the front office at 607-722-7367 to learn more.
You can experience gig speeds with Greenlight Networks. Our reliable fiber connection provides fast, affordable internet, so you can accomplish more in less time. We're expanding coverage in many places in the Southern Tier, and we want to be your internet provider. Visit greenlightnetworks.com and click on Check Availability to see if we're in your area. Greenlight Networks, fast, affordable internet in your hometown.
Toyota Trucks. Let's go places.
Welcome back, everybody, in for another edition of the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report. We've reached the point of the Danbury intermission where we put more time on the intermission clock as the activities take a little bit longer than what was planned for. And the Zamboni, good news, is out there on the ice. We have 11:45 left to go here in this intermission on the board at least, and I say at least with a grain of salt. So,
well, Brooks, that's what happens when you don't have Trevor Potenziano planning your intermission games, and between period things, they come off the clock. So, you know, gotta give Trevor his credit.
There you go. That was almost a good compliment.
Oh, I can't get him too much.
Struggled a little bit on the delivery of it, but it was there.
I can't get him getting a big head. He broke my hockey stick.
That's also true. So everybody, if you see Trevor at the next hockey game tomorrow night at home, 5 o'clock, New Year's Eve, make sure you remind Trevor that he owes Cole a hockey stick.
And also ask him how and why he broke my hockey stick.
All right,
so
we don't have to go that far into
story.
it. Just remind everybody, just remind Trevor that he owes Cole a hockey stick.
Make sure he pays up.
All right, so that's a story for a later day and my experience in the hospital as well. But for right now, let's go ahead and check out the out-of-town scoreboard as best we can. Now, the website was down for a majority of that period, so these are the scores that are displayed to us from the league website. So here we go. Carolina and Columbus up in Winston-Salem. They started at 6:05, an hour ahead of us. They're tied at 2. They are in the second intermission right now. Baton Rouge and Mississippi started at the same local time here as us, but 6:05 over in the central time zone. They are tied up at 1. First intermission, Motor City and Port Huron tied at 2. That was a great game last night. Motor City stormed back, and they had a 2-1 advantage after being down 1-0. Port Huron, ties the game late. They go to overtime, and Port Huron were the victors last night. Motor City did grab 1 point, but Binghamton managed to separate themselves by 2 because they had the regulation victory in Elmira. And speaking of Elmira, they are playing the Watertown Wolves right now in Watertown, and Watertown has a 1-0 lead in the final minutes of the first period.
Yeah, Motor City and Port Huron. Port Huron's kind of beat up on Motor City all year this year, Brooks. And if you're a Black Bear fan and you look at the standings and why Binghamton has opened up such a lead on Motor City, thank a Port Huron Prowler. And it's been a rough go of things for the Elmira River Sharks, really not getting anything cooking with Coach Jurich over there. I would expect him to drastically kind of change that team's identity, change the way they play, maybe change some personnel, but what they're doing in Elmira is not working.
Well, we will see Elmira in the new year. Tomorrow night's final game of the 2023 calendar year will be against these same Danbury Hat Tricks at home. Special start time of 5 o'clock on New Year's Eve. It's 2-for-1 beers. Less than 1,000 tickets remain. When I left to come on the road today at 1:15, so I'm sure that number has gone down even more. I'll see if our friend Bobby is listening, and he can text me a number on how many tickets are remaining. Almost all the center ice tickets are gone. I believe only individual seats remain. So grab your tickets now, BinghamtonBlackBears.com. Call the office tomorrow, 607-722-7367, to make sure you secure your tickets for New Year's Eve hockey, a tradition in Binghamton unlike any other. We'll be right back after these messages here. We got about 8 minutes left to go in this edition of the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report, everybody.
For discounted name brand clothing and footwear for the whole family, Homer Men and Boys Store is the place to shop. In business since 1951, our woman-owned family business is known for treating their customers like family. And there's nothing more important to us than backing every sale with friendly service. Come visit us to see the largest pair of jeans in the world. Come see what we have for you.
All about you make me think of good things. Good things. Like calming tempers down. Good things. And passing them around. So stand up and cheer. Well, that's gonna be a good thing.
Share a good-natured Canadian Pilsner.
Awestruck Premium Hard Cider, crafting transcendent, awe-inspiring liquid made and sealed right in Sydney, New York with New York State apples. Improve your day with Awestruck Premium Hard Cider. CryoWorks provides cryotherapy that uses nitrogen-cooled air to target specific areas of pain and inflammation. Local cryotherapy targets a specific area to deliver the same effects of the whole-body cryotherapy to that specific site. Treatments take 5 to 8 minutes, with a benefit exceeding that of hours of icing. Your Binghamton Black Bears' premier choice of cryotherapy, CryoWorks.
Stay in the swing of things with your golf game this winter and check out Fairways Indoor Golf Company. At Fairways, you can play any 3 state-of-the-art golf simulators, enjoy your favorite cocktail in the lounge by the fire, or watch your favorite sports team on over 9 82-inch TVs. The only slice you'll experience will be from the homemade pizza from the clubhouse kitchen. Bring your own clubs or use theirs. Get the golfer in your life a Fairways gift certificate. Tee off with Fairways Golf Company, 511 Hoover Road, Endwell, online at fairwaysindoor.golf.
Are you compassionate and interested in providing care to people with developmental disabilities? Check out a New York State career with Broome OPWDD. Enjoy great benefits such as job security, health insurance, retirement plan, paid time off, opportunities for advancement, and so much more. Positions as direct support professionals in the community or at a secure facility might be exactly the change of pace that you're looking for. For more information, call 607-240-4786 or go online to www.opwdd.ny.gov.
Go with the winner, Jeff Kai's Auto Sales.
We have a huge selection of vehicles and every tool available to fit everyone's credit needs. If you've been told no before,
I say no when it feels so good to say yes.
Get the vehicle you deserve.
Yes, that's awesome.
With our guaranteed credit approval program, which can easily be filled out online at jeffkais.com.
Jeff Kai's Auto Sales, Apple Lincoln. Go with the winner, Jeff Kai's.
Are you planning on traveling to Binghamton for an upcoming Black Bears game? If so, check out La Quinta Inn and Suites by Wyndham for a night away from home. La Quinta Inn and Suites is a short drive from the arena and is conveniently located off of the Southern Tier Expressway and Highway 17 with easy access to Interstate 81 and the Vestal Parkway. La Quinta Inn and Suites by Wyndham at 581 Harry L. Drive, Johnson City. Reach them at 607-770-9333.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Old Vestal Road in Vestal. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Are you kidding me?
How do you do that?
Dude, I just got a new hot spring spa.
Carlisle has hot spring spas starting at $39.95. Come see how we make every day better by relaxing in a hot spring spa.
What happened to you today? You're shredding it.
Hot spring spas, baby.
Welcome back into the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report. We have just a couple of minutes left to go here, 3 minutes actually to be exact. And Cole, 5 goals in a period, little uncommon, especially the way that they came. Binghamton scores the first 3 goals in a span of 3 minutes and 45 seconds, just about 2 minutes into the game. And then Danbury storms back and they score twice in a span of 3 minutes as well. And they have a minute 30 of power play time carrying over here to this middle period.
Yeah, if both goaltenders could just erase those 3 minutes from their brains in the game, it would be a much better feeling for them. They have not put on the clinic in those times, but both offenses look strong for those squirts, and then nothing. The goaltenders kind of shut them down, so it'll be interesting to see with the power play coming which one of these two teams will jump out of the gates and take control of this game. I expect to see it open up a little bit more in this second period than we saw in the first. The first was kind of shut down and locked with a couple of chances here or there, so we'll see how it goes.
All right, we will take a short timeout. Come back with the second period brought to you by our friends over at Greenlight Networks. We want to thank you for tuning in for another edition of the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report. We're right back after this.
You can experience gig speeds with Greenlight Networks. Our reliable fiber connection provides fast, affordable internet, so you can accomplish more in less time. We're expanding coverage in many places in the Southern Tier, and we want to be your internet provider. Visit greenlightnetworks.com and click on Check Availability to see if we're in your area. Greenlight Networks. Fast, affordable internet in your hometown.
For discounted name brand clothing and footwear for the whole family, Homer Men and Boys Store is the place to shop. In business since 1951, our woman-owned family business is known for treating their customers like family. And there's nothing more important to us than backing every sale with friendly service. Come visit us to see the largest pair of jeans in the world. Come see what we have for you.
Welcome back inside the Danbury Ice Arena from downtown Danbury, Connecticut. The Black Bears and Hat Tricks have both taken the ice, and we are about 30 seconds away from the refs putting the puck on it. So what do you think we'll see here in this third period, the second period, Brooks? You see more of a jump from the Black Bears, more of a jump from the Hat Tricks, both teams still feeling each other out? What do you think?
I think both teams have figured out how they want to play the game tonight. Danbury is going to try to live behind the goal line and go low to high for against the Binghamton defense, because it's worked twice. Actually all of their offense does come that way, even though a shot was redirected from Ruiz. That puck starts below the goal line, back up to the point for Ruiz to eventually deflect it. But for Binghamton, on the other side of things, I think they're just going to continue to try to do the same thing that they were able to do in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Throw pucks to the net, try to make tips in front?
Yes. And then also make sure you put shots in spots that they're going to create rebounds. But for right now, Danbury's on the power play with all the momentum in the world. This puck, though, does get outside the blue line as Yao misplayed it temporarily. Ruiz back in across the blue line, throws on the brakes, and will go cross corner and caught by Lovecki. And on top of his crease, he melts it down. 55 seconds left to go in the power play for Danbury.
Yep, just a quick pop-up for Sam Lovecki to corral. Binghamton really trying to keep this, Danbury power play to the outside and trying to prevent shots towards their goaltender, which is always the name of the game. And wow, Brooks, I didn't realize how big until he was in front of me Josh LaBelle is.
Yeah, I think Josh LaBelle is the tallest player on the ice. I think he has an inch on Connor Smith. So he's listed at 6'6", and that's without skates.
Whew.
So 6'6", 220 from Mississauga, Ontario. Does have an assist in his one game played. He throws a shot that's blocked by Thompson, and it will elude his stick. Back out into the neutral zone. Danbury will touch back up. Binghamton with 3 players across the blue line, and now Kirby will elevate up to the red line as this is dumped in and steered into the corner by Lovecki. Boylar sealed off, centering pass, nobody home, but up to Woolley at the blue line, shot wide of the target. Thompson is able to slap this down the length of the ice with 25 ticks left to go in the Northeastern Striping Corporation penalty kill.
That would have been a much more dangerous play if Josh LaBelle could have found that puck in the slot. He had it there for a second, but just didn't realize where it was.
Stretch pass for Abdella, nullified by Boylar, and that's sent back down. Anderson's up and ready. 5 seconds left to go.
Brooks, this power play for the Danbury Hat Tricks has struggled. They've only have 12 power play goals in just about 100 attempts now. It's the worst in the league, so something that this high-flying offense from a year ago needs to figure out.
Ivashkin, fresh onto the ice, tried to spring a leak in the defense, but instead, Danbury moves the puck over to Yates, and Smith could not get a tip on that. And Gavin Yates putting on a nice display of stick handling right there against Zinchenko, but maybe one move too many as it makes its way back out. Ivashkin does touch up over to Yates, late developing 2-on-1, but Yates holds, and Murray shoulders it into his body, and her hang on with his first save of the period.
So, Brooks, I just got word that the Don Oliveri goal, they've added an assist to that one.
Go ahead.
It's Kirkby, and they added Kirkby, and I believe it says Yates. I have to double check it, but I know they've added that. They've also added Jesse Anderson.
Well, Jesse Anderson should have had the first assist, not Thomas Ray. They gave it to 7 instead of 77 on the shot from the blue line, but that's a common mistake. Liam Anderson at the red line now. Dumps it in all the way across. Yao against Yao. Excuse me, Yao against Yates. Not too often you find two players with last names ending in Y matched up against each other. Yates across the dots trying to play it over to Smith, but instead it'll be knocked out of play into the safety netting as both players kind of whack the puck at the same time.
So, Brooks, I was wrong. It was Austin Thompson, not Gavin Yates, who got the secondary assist on the Oliveri goal. And as you said, Jesse Anderson instead of Thomas Ray. That's the changes we have.
Oh, they made the Jesse Anderson change?
From what I've heard.
Okay. All right, we'll keep listening.
I will keep listening.
So, Binghamton lost the handle on it. And now Scully one-on-one against Liam Anderson. And a shot, it's picked out of the air by Lovecki.
Brooks, if I'm reading this right, the goal now says it's Ivashkin from Yates and then Anderson. So they've added a few assists, just kind of confusing me even more. But
okay, now is that one Jesse or Liam?
Jesse.
Okay.
Brooks, I'm still a little rusty. It's been a few days.
Brown has a shot that's blocked. The rebound cleaned up by Jesse Anderson. Lovecki lost a little bit of his footing. 16:49, this puck's coming back.
Yeah, Lovecki kind of fell down there a little bit, lost an edge maybe or something, but checked his skates, and a turn of events here for the Black Bears that could have been disastrous. Tripping over myself too, Brooks. I'm rusty. I'm out of shape here.
Face off one forward by Kirkby over to Oliveri, who knew exactly where that puck was going. And it's Binghamton's turn for a cross-corner dump in, leaving it back for Liam Anderson, but couldn't get a clean handle on the backhand. And now Danbury comes back the other way. McKittrick over with LaBelle, and a one-timer is saved by Lovecki.
Well, Sam just went end-to-end, post-to-post on that one. Got his body in front. I think he read the entire way that shot was going to come from Josh LaBelle. They knew where the pass was coming. It was a great job. I believe that was Jesse Anderson taking away the lane from the Danbury hat-trick forward as he came down. Only option was to get it to LaBelle so Sam Lovecki could prepare for it.
Austin Thompson with some good wing play comes in to lend a hand on that face-off, and he's sealed off against the wall by Tetreault. And Tetreault across the red line plays it off the glass, looking for a favorable bounce over to Zinchenko. Nobody home in the blue paint for Danbury. Tetreault hits Kirkby on the side, and this puck is off sides as Zinchenko touches it as it barely gets past the blue line. And Kirkby's going to have to skate that one off for a little bit.
Yeah, that did not feel good. You could see it right on Tyson Kirkby's face. As soon as you could hear it from up here, Brooks. That was a howitzer of a shot that got a piece of him. And, oh no, do we have more glass problems?
Oh, it does look like we do.
Oh no, not again.
So this is to the right of the top right of your screen.
Right under the green light ad. It looks like we may have a little bit of a technical issue, so bear with us, folks.
All right, actually, Cole, can you hide the green light logo for us real quick?
I can.
All right, so everybody look at the top right corner of your screen. It is actually just to the right of the Texas Roadhouse Dasher advertisement. In the tip top right corner, the pane of glass, I believe, has come offline and is separated from the stanchion up top. A fan's actually holding it as it's dangling like a chandelier right now. And looks like the ice technician is making his way around. Oh, hey, Cole, look, there's your dad, too.
Yep, there he is right there with the Binghamton Whalers shirt, jersey on. He's wearing long pants today, Brooks.
So,
you know, they just made the ice tech guy run across the ice to get there. Like, he could have slipped. I would have sent him around the long way.
Yeah, and now some fans are going to help out.
Look at that. Hockey brings people together, Brooks.
All right, so they have a fan holding it together.
No way.
And the thing is, too, this is the exact spot where the panes of glass change height.
This is terrific. If this is actually how they fix it with a fan doing it, that's terrific. Oh my goodness. What a scene. That's fantastic.
I wish everybody at home could have seen it.
I loved that. Sorry, folks, I'm putting the green light right over it now, so. Oh no, Brooks, now he's got to make the long walk again across the. Why not make him go around? This just, he could fall. That's just not, I don't know. That's just the worrier in me. But he's motoring, Brooks. He wants to get this game back on the road. That guy deserves a raise.
While we're talking about that, or while we have a momentarily pause, I should say, not talking about raises. Greenlight Networks, fast fiber and reliable internet. You can visit them online at greenlightnetworks.com to learn more. Danbury offsides after that neutral zone face-off after the momentarily delayed, but very good that we didn't have to replace that pane of glass. We just had to reconnect it.
Yeah, Nick DiNicola jumped that zone way too early. It was egregious from up here.
So I'm going to go ahead and tell everybody that does not look secure. And there could be another pause in the action in a few minutes.
Knock on wood, Brooks.
That's my 2 cents. Ratcliffe clears the puck out of the blue line. Bond over to Ray in a tight spot. And that pass a little bit too hot to handle for Ray. Logar, who's on a 3-game goal streak. Applying pressure on the forecheck. They're going to saucer it up to DiNicola. Late developing 2-on-1 over to Ruiz, but it's blocked, and Fletcher collides with the net. And he appears to be shaken up a little bit. And Brown grabbing a hold. And that is Andrew Logard.
Yeah, Josh Fletcher went head first into that net. Thankfully, they come off, Brooks, as Butch Goring on the Islander broadcast always loves to remind everyone that they used to not come off. And now you see a little bit of a scrum.
All right, we also just had a first.
Brooks the Exterminator. I didn't want to touch your water, Brooks, with a, I didn't want to get in the way of what you were doing, but
you could have killed the spider. It's okay.
I didn't want to. Yeah, we just had a spider in the booth. A game of first up here, Brooks.
So for the second time tonight, Steve Brown and Andrew Logar are headed to the penalty box for coincidental minors.
Looks like Josh Fletcher's about to get up on his own power, so that's a good sign, but he is going to be helped off. No, all right, it looks like he's skating off on his own power, which is great to see. Josh Fletcher has been a huge defensive presence for this Binghamton Black Bear team, so to lose him would be a true travesty, especially in this game where scoring has been the name of the game. And it looks like Fletch is going to stay on the bench for now, so that's a good sign.
So 4:28 time in the penalties to Steve Brown and Andrew Logar. Linesman going to put the pegs back on the goal. So no power plays there. We stay 5-on-5.
It's been a weird night so far, Brooks.
Every night's weird.
It's part of the fun, though, right?
Yeah. Face off one back by Danberry. Ruiz plays it cleanly over to Yao, and Tetreault will wrap it around. Lovechi misses the play on it. They try to center up, but Yates denies that opportunity. Ruiz's turnaround shot wide of the target on the short side. Danberry, though, gets over to the loose puck. And Connor Smith finally settles it down. Not out, though. He plays it off the glass. Bond throws a wrap check against Tetreault. He tries to get it on his forehand. Does make its way over to Gavin Yates. And calmly over to Ivashkin. The Black Bears get it out of their zone. Ivashkin tries a move. And Murray will hold on as that puck was rolling into the crease. 14:55 left to go. Takes us to immediate timeout. A little bit slower start here in the middle frame. Right back after this. Black Bears lead 3-2.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Old Vestal Road in Vestal. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Whether you're a high school or college athlete or a weekend warrior, Guthrie is the area's premier sports medicine program, offering injury evaluation, concussion management, physical therapy, and more. With a full team of providers across New York and Pennsylvania offering same or next day appointments, Guthrie gets you back in the game as quickly as possible. Call the Guthrie Sports Medicine team today at 866-GUTHRIE or learn more at guthrie.org/sportsmed.
Welcome back. 14:55 left to go here as the teams skate back out. 5 minutes into a period, and we haven't had a goal. What's going on?
They're scared of breaking the glass again, I think, Brooks. Wake up. Let's see. We need a goal.
Danbury wins this face-off off the hand of Walters. Takes a favorable bounce for Danbury, but Jesse Anderson, first man over to it in a beautiful reverse to get this puck out of the zone. This is icing, though, as Ivashkin was behind the red line.
Sounds like Logar just got a misconduct for 10 minutes, so he's going to get nice and comfortable in that box. I think Steve Brown got one, too.
So Brown sits down for Danbury, Logar for Binghamton. There's a shot. Here's the crowd off. Went wide of the target. Back up to the point for LaBelle. He wraps it around the wall. Ivashkin first to it. Tries to poke it out of the zone, but a good pinch by Abdella. Keeps the puck alive for Danbury. Walters on the backhand trying to steer it over to Connor Smith. And Smith will be able to exit the zone, but not being able to hit Ivashkin in stride. Troy Harwell, younger brother of Chase, who was out on the injured reserve, lost the handle on it. This puck is thrown end over end. Tetreault tipped it, and so that'll nullify any icing opportunity for Danbury. Ratcliffe waiting at his own blue line, plays it over to Tetreault. Little give and go action. He comes flying into the zone, holds on a wrist shot, right into the crest of Levechi, or hang on for another whistle.
Yeah, goaltending's looked real sharp to start the second period. Both Liam Murray and Sam Levechi seem to be shaking off those jitters from the first period, which is a good sign to see. That's more of what we expect from the Black Bears and the hat tricks. A close game, especially here in the Ice Arena. The last two games have gone to extra time and gone the distance to the shootout.
So Binghamton wins this face-off, takes a bounce off a couple of Danbury players. Makes its way back up to the blue line, but Danbury right back into the zone. This is offsides, though, as Di Nicola was a couple of feet early into the zone.
Second time he jumped the rush a little early. He's got to get his timing down. He's got familiar line mates, so just a bit of being over anxious.
One back by the Black Bears. Boilar over to Liam Anderson. Takes a hit from Tetreault, but makes the play, getting over the red line. Boilar, haven't said his name too much tonight. Said it a lot last night. Here, and Di Nicola gets sprung. Goes one-on-one. Trailer Ruiz sent it high, and that took a funny bounce off the glass as well. Di Nicola centers up, knocked away by Kirkby. Still in play in a dangerous spot down below the goal line. Di Nicola centered up for Ruiz and fanned on the one-timer. Black Bears escape this one, and they come the other way. Thompson holding, cannot drag it around Scully. And now Danbury comes back the other way. Danbury's in the midst of a line change right there, and they got to be careful. That puck did not get too deep. Thompson saucers up, misses Bond too far ahead on the short side. Now LaBelle coming back with Stoichevsky. He holds, shot, and it deflects in.
Well, Brooks, the Hat-Tricks had all the momentum to start this period. You could see it coming. They were getting pucks to the net. They were getting in the zone fast. They seemed to just be buzzing, and you knew one was coming. A little bit of a fluky goal tips off someone in front, and the Black Bears end up giving up the game-tying goal. So we're back right where we started.
So that is LaBelle's second point as a hat trick, his first goal in the second game. And an unlucky bounce for Lavechi as it gets deflected. And Danbury has tied the game up at 3. After Binghamton scored the first 3, Danbury scores the second trio. Puck chopped up into the air. And now Danbury will look to play for the lead for the first time tonight. Woolley at the red line. Gets it in as Binghamton could not clear. Now Ray does get it out, 2-on-3. Hits Somero on a cross-ice pass. Steering up for Ray, couldn't catch up to it. Josh Fletcher now reversing it around for Somero. They try to get it down to Ray. Instead, it'll find Fletcher. And Stoichevsky lost his edge in the process off the backside of the net. Back up to the blue line, Bond. Plays it down low, and now Fletcher. Trying to find Ray, scored last night. Subbing on for Ivashkin right in stride. 11:30 left to go here as Connor Woolley crosses over the offensive blue line for Danbury. He takes a hard crunch from Dan Stone. And Gavin Yates will pull it behind his own net and let everybody change for Binghamton. Yates passed too far in front of Stone. That leads to a turnover for the Black Bears. Shot deflected by Bond off of his skate. He calms it down. So Connor Woolley gets the only assist on the goal from LaBelle. Yates tries to skate the puck out himself, and Binghamton not having too much success with that play here this period. Yates crosses over the blue line. Smith, a self-pass, but his ice cut in half. Danbury comes back the other way. Smith back checking hard as this is offsides. And that's going to draw a crowd for a shot after the whistle.
Even Sam Lavechi's over there. Goalies and especially their teammates don't like when that shot comes in after the whistle. Brooks, I don't know if I heard it right. I thought I heard Johnny Ruiz also got a point on that Josh LaBelle goal, which would be his third point of the night, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So we'll have to wait and see as we have some debris on the ice. Is that a skate blade?
Nope, I think that's the puck.
What? Oh man, my eyes are starting to go.
So 3-3 is where we stand. 10:34 left to go. Danbury 15 shots. Binghamton 25. Binghamton had the first 9, but Danbury scored on their first 2. Thompson crosses over the blue line. His wrister blocked, and Di Nicola picks up the loose change, but got moving a little bit too quick. And that allows Jesse Anderson to regain control. Oliveri touches up, and he fires a slap shot, and off the shoulder of Liam Murray, cleared out into the neutral zone by the Hat-Tricks. Takes a funny bounce off the wall, and that puck got over the stick of Murray. Lucky for them, nobody there for Binghamton. Halfway through regulation time, as Walters turns the puck over to Ruiz. Ruiz shot wide, maybe going for the rebound, a high-rising one-timer. Back up to the blue line, and Kirkby tries to send Oliveri on a breakaway, but it's knocked down by Yao. Ratcliffe gets it deep. Defenseman joining the rush for Danbury is Yao. He makes his way back up to the blue line, where Stoichevsky was holding his position. Danbury, though, because of that, had nobody behind the goal line, That allows Binghamton time and space to clear the puck. So halfway through, Hat Tricks have tied the game up at 3. Walters' pass blocked by Yao and given right back to the Black Bears. It's stolen by McKittrick. Stoicheski goes wide. Penalty coming up against the Black Bears as McKittrick fires around. He misses the target. Fletcher pins it up against the wall. And Danbury going on the power play here when we come back. 3-3, brand new hockey game right after this.
Are you ready to take your billiards game to a whole new level? Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop has everything you need to impress your friends and crush your opponents. American Q Sports certified coach Kim the Dragon Young is now accepting new students. From novices to pros, the Dragon helps you find your best game with in-person or online instruction available worldwide. Need help with stance, stroke, or alignment and aiming? We've got you covered. Looking for advanced cue control techniques and trick shots? No problem. Follow us on Facebook at Dragon Billiards Instruction and Instagram at Dragon Billiards Kim for free daily tips and drills, upcoming tournaments and events, as well as exciting contests and giveaways. Subscribe on Patreon for personalized video content. Visit our online pro shop for the lowest prices on the highest quality pool cues, accessories, and Dragon Billiards gear. Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop, breathing fire into your game.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to try to get it to where when we come back from commercial, that doesn't show up. A little happy on the trigger fingers here, but Danbury on the power play. They are 0 for 3 on the night. This is their 4th. That would tie Binghamton with the amount of each team having power plays. Our wrister from Ratcliffe, denied by Lavechi. McKittrick tries to center up, puck directly behind the net, trying to get it over to Ruiz. Knocked down by a couple of defenders and cleared by the Black Bears. So 30 seconds gone in the Northeastern Striping Corporation penalty kill. Ratcliffe comes in with a load of steam and then throws on the brakes. Yao over to Ruiz, practices that shot. Ruiz, rebound, and they score. So the Hat Tricks have the first lead of the night, or their first lead of the night. John Scully scores his first goal with the Hat Tricks. And it's a power play goal at 11:37.
Just a bit of a scramble in front of Sam Lavechi's net, and the puck bounced its way to Scully, and he didn't make a mistake. And after the Black Bears came out with the first 3 goals,
Danbury comes back with the next 4, and now they have the lead. Binghamton trying to make it 7 in a row against Danbury, and now they will play from behind for the first time tonight. Remember, Danbury called timeout at 13:14 of the first period, and on the very next shift, Johnny Ruiz scored the first goal of the game, or scored the first goal for Danbury. Yates lost the puck in the neutral zone, and Binghamton stuck at 25 shots here. They only have 2 this period. So that'll get the crowd energized as this puck rides the top of the glass. Dan Stone throws it back just off target, where Tetreau is waiting for the loose puck. Goes off a couple of skates, and Bond surveys what his options are. Off the wall, and Yates cannot handle that. So Tetreau holds, and Lavechi makes the save, going down into the splits with 7:14 left to go.
yeah, I don't think Sam Lavechi got a good look at that puck. It seemed to kind of ride up and jump and scare him a bit. He had to go down into the full splits and just get it with his glove. So I don't know how well Lavechi's seeing the puck right now, I should say. A little bit of kind of what looks like a down kind of body language from the Black Bears. They got to pick it up.
Thompson tries to clear it out of the zone. It's held in by Danbury. 7 minutes left to go here in the middle period. As this puck is almost turned over, Jesse Anderson didn't get a clean handle on it. Oliveri camped out at the red line, and he's able to get this puck deep enough. But Danberry steals it right back, and there come the other way, 3-on-3. Anderson getting in the way of the first hat trick player, centering pass, blocked away, and on a crunch hit, Tyson Kirkby slaps the puck over to Austin Thompson. So Binghamton's going to change. And Jesse Anderson sent down. Penalty is coming up. And Josh LaBelle guilty of interference at 6:22, right in front of the referee and right in front of the penalty box where he's going to be spending the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, and to all the young hockey fans out there, hockey players, I should say, if you're going to commit a penalty, not the greatest place to do it right in front of the referees. You're going to probably get caught 99.9% of the time. So this Binghamton Black Bear power play that was often firing in the first will get its first chance here in the second.
So Danbury 1 for 4 now on the night. Binghamton 2 for 4. This is the 5th power play of the night for the Black Bears. So Johnny Ruiz asking for an explanation. So second unit gonna start. And they're gonna send Pamela on over to the box as well. So this is still a 5-on-4. I don't know why Pamela on got asked to go. Ray's pass couldn't be handled by Anderson. So this unit is Ray, Yates, Ivashkin, and Smith. Jesse Anderson, the lone defenseman. Yates crosses over the blue line. He hangs on. Lost the handle on the puck. And the referee inadvertently kind of stops his process. Ivashkin over to Anderson, a wrist shot. Looking for a tip. It was blocked down instead. Yates over to the rebound, cross ice for Smith. He holds for a wrist shot. Not absorbed, puck stays in play. Ray playing it back over to Smith. Binghamton switching their players at the top of the umbrella. He goes over to Smith. Holt trying to drag. And this is shot down. Length of the ice for Danbury. So halfway through the Henny Hard Seltzer power play. And now, Smith cuts through the middle of the ice. Does a good job of keeping control. Plays it down low for Yates. And Binghamton trying to get set back up on the power play. Second unit's been out there the whole time. Thompson holds, and they say no. They say off the crossbar. And they're going to say that was stopped by Murray. Horn sounds. And a media timeout. Referee already saying they're going to take a look at it. That'll give us the opportunity to step aside or see if we have any update for you when we come back.
Are you ready to take your billiards game to a whole new level? Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop has everything you need to impress your friends and crush your opponents. American Q Sports certified coach Kim the Dragon Young is now accepting new students. From novices to pros, the Dragon helps you find your best game with in-person or online instruction available worldwide. Need help with stance, stroke, or alignment and aiming? We've got you covered. Looking for advanced cue control techniques and trick shots? No problem. Follow us on Facebook at Dragon Billiards Instruction and Instagram at Dragon Billiards Kim for free daily tips and drills, upcoming tournaments and events, as well as exciting contests and giveaways. Subscribe on Patreon for personalized video content. Visit our online pro shop for the lowest prices on the highest quality pool cues, accessories, and Dragon Billiards gear. Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop, breathing fire into your game.
Welcome back, everybody. Second period action brought to you by our friends over at Greenlight Networks. As always, while we have the opportunity, we're going to talk to you about the Learning Ladder Child Care Centers. They're located in Endicott and Johnson City. They enroll children ages 6 weeks to 12 years old. Call 607-770-3806 for an appointment today to walk through one of their facilities. Come join their family, and they will help your child grow. So we have a play that is under review. Austin Thompson thinks he has scored off the connector bar, or commonly referred to as the back bar. Referee, who was on the opposite side of the net, said no goal, but they are looking at it in the penalty box right now. And before everybody went to commercial, everything like that, the referee already said and explained to the coaches that they were going to take a look at it.
I don't know what angle they have, though, Brooks, because if they have the angle we have and we're showing, you're not going to be able to see whether that puck crossed the line or not. They must have some other angles that they can check, but I don't know if there's going to be definitive enough answer to overturn this call, because the call on the ice is no goal. They need to see that puck definitively cross the line to overturn it and award Austin Thompson a goal.
For what it's worth, that top part of the net, if you hit it first, 9 times out of 10, it's coming right back out.
Yes.
So sometimes it goes right on in and bounces right back out. Looks like the referees are done. They are putting their helmets back on, and they will be coming out of the penalty box with the official decision. And if this does not count, this will still have 36 seconds of power play time for the Black Bears.
It's pretty cool, though, that we have the iPad review, Brooks. I believe this is the first year the league has implemented it, and it's great to see how the league keeps growing and expanding, and we have no goal.
Okay, so both captains getting the explanation on what they saw.
Like I said, Brooks, it needs to be definitive, so whatever the referees saw, they couldn't make the definitive call that that puck had completely crossed the line.
It may, and it very well might not have. And
it was tough for our angle. It was kind of a bang-bang play, so I didn't want to make any judgments on it.
Sometimes you just hit the crossbar so square, bounces right back out. Kirkby wins this faceoff back in the first unit. Will finish out this power play. Bond down low to Kirkby, over to Thompson. Tried to make that one count. Instead, it was blocked. Never made it there. Kirkby, a one-timer. High riser, held in at the blue line by Bond. Gets it over to Thompson. Thompson comes in and blocked by Steve Brown out in front. Who's out of the box as well is Andrew Logar. Mathieu Boilars camped out in front of the net. Wrister from Oliveri is blocked. And Yao will get it past Bond. Penalty time is up. Binghamton falls to 2 for 5 on the power play. Danbury protects their 1-goal lead. So now Tyson Kirkby skates in. Backhander absorbed by Murray with 4:07 left to go here in the period.
So let's talk about that Binghamton power play. I love the fact that Coach Sherwood has put Mathieu Boilard, a big body, in front of the net to try to take away Liam Murray's eyes. I think that's a great move, and I really love to see Boilard get some offensive opportunities.
That's how the Black Bears were able to score those empty net goals against the Carolina Thunderbirds way back when in November. Seems like a year ago that game happened. Anderson behind the net, dances around Abdella, gets it over to Logar. He tries a centering pass for Fletcher, but it's blocked by Abdella. Fletcher down on a knee, trying to get around Abdella, but the Danbury defenseman does a good job of elevating the puck on the backhand back out into the neutral zone. Fletcher's cross-ice pass intercepted by Stoichevsky, almost given right back to the Black Bears, but Dina Kola comes in, partial break, but Levechi with a good bounce-back save. This puck shot down, not going to have the distance for icing, as Abdella reverses it around. Somero and Logar trying to be a two-man forechecking crew, as Fletcher gets caught at the blue line, and this is a 3-on-1 for Danbury. Stoichevsky had the puck hop on him. Tetro's shot denied by Levechi. And Dina Kola, turnaround shot, tried to get it over to Stoichevsky maybe as well, and that puck stays out, and a lot of heads looking up to the heavens for Danbury, knowing that they could have extended their lead.
I think JT Walters saved the goal there. Brooks taking away that pass. what a smart play by the rock steady defenseman of the Binghamton Black Bears.
Yates cuts through the middle. He holds. Has a little bit of room, but plays it up to Dan Stone instead. Bond fanned on a shot. First try, but second try got through. Stone just fires a hope and a prayer towards the net. Yates circles. Draws a crowd. Drops it back for Stone. And he starts a two-man cycle with Connor Smith. Ivashkin pushed off the puck by Brown. And Tetreault gets it out of harm's way. Woolley sent into the bench. His own bench, I should say. And 2:10 left to go here in the period. Yates been out there for quite a while with a lot of skating. Has the puck on his stick. And Binghamton content to let this scoring line stay out there. Smith off the wall, doesn't get it deep enough. And it's a turnover, but given right back to the Black Bears. Abdella couldn't control it. That allows Ivashkin to pull the puck behind the net. Gets it over to Connor Smith. 1:40 left to go. Liam Anderson, a high riser, and that puck got deflected, I believe, off the outside of the post. Yates plays it over to Liam Anderson. Again looking for a tip from Connor Smith. Murray makes a good save. Yates pinned up against the wall, and a puck flinged high into the bench. And since it didn't make the stands, stay 5-on-5.
Yeah, very lucky that puck didn't find its way to the stands, as it was just chucked by the hat-tricks into no man's land, and Stephen Brown kind of just put his hand up there and caught it right in the bench. So very, very close to sending Binghamton back to the Hinney Hart-Seltzer power play.
You know, last year I was watching an NHL game, and the puck was clearly going to go into the stands, and a player stands up on the bench and knocks it down so it doesn't go into the stands. And it's touched by a player on the bench, nullifying a delay of game.
Should all just stand there with their sticks in the air. Brooks, something to note, the shots on goal have creeped ever so close together. It's now 27 for Binghamton and 25 for Danbury. Danbury's had a rip-roaring period here so far.
Yeah, 2 goals in the period. Smith tries a centering pass. That was Thompson. Back up to the blue line. Liam Anderson gets it down low for Oliveri. And Oliveri's game has gone a little bit quiet since Danbury has started scoring. This puck over the stick of Anderson, played back out. This is offsides. Danbury has to touch up. And final minute left to go here in the middle period. Not one of the better periods for the Black Bears, as they spent a lot of the period in their defensive end. So 40 seconds. Stretch pass, Boilar knocks it down. And they try to get it over to Austin Thompson, but it's too far in front. Brown, his pass, partially blocked by Binghamton. And Thompson does get it deep behind the Danbury defense, but Brown calmly reverses it over to Zinchenko. Stolen away by Fletcher, 20 seconds left. And so far this period, I've noticed that passes are just eluding players. Boilar coming down, late developing 2-on-1. Harwell shot, saved by Lavecchi with 7 seconds left.
Yeah, these passes are just fumbling and bumbling off people's sticks. The ice is a little choppy out there, Brooks. But the Black Bears, and especially Coach Sherwood, is not going to be happy about the way this period has gone. It saw Binghamton surrender its 1-goal lead, and now they're going to head into the third period down a goal. So we'll see the response from the team in white and green, and we'll see what we're in for.
So Fletcher tying up Ruiz. Anderson will just keep the puck behind the net, and the horn will sound, and Danbury will carry a 1-goal lead into the locker room here. So shots on goal still favor the Black Bears, but as Cole just mentioned, the deficit has crept ever so slightly. It's 29-27, favoring the road team. But where it matters the most, the home team up by 1, and Binghamton finding themselves in a little bit of an unfamiliar spot this year. So we have another edition of the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report coming up. On the other side of this timeout, we have the Columbia Mutual Life stat sheet. A look at the out-of-town scoreboard again as best we can. And also, we will take a look at the goals from the period. Danbury had 2 of them. Binghamton did not grab any. All that and more coming up right after this. Quick timeout here on YouTube.
Jersey, bring us the Hennies! Yeah! All right, I got the Hennies. Constantly's out, eh? Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah! Cheers, baby.
A win like that calls for a real celebration.
Oh, yeah.
I have one on that.
Getting your hands on an all-new CF Moto side-by-side or four-wheeler is now easier than ever at ExciteMotorsports.com. Purchase your next power sports vehicle with our new, easy, and quick online buying experience. Browse inventory on ExciteMotorsports.com. Buy, get approved for financing and e-sign online right from your phone. Ride, have your new power sport vehicle delivered to your home the next day at no extra charge. Browse, buy, ride. Fun starts here at ExciteMotorsports.com.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Upper Front Street in Binghamton. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Toyota Trucks. Let's go places.
Welcome back in for another edition of the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report. As the Chuck a Puck promotion gets wrapped up here. The intermission clock has started. Always thankful for that. And now we get ready for another edition of the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report. Excite Motorsports, browse, ride, and buy. Free next day delivery to New York and Pennsylvania. Visit them online anytime at excitemotorsports.com. Let's start with the shots on goal. 29 for Binghamton, only 6 in the period. Danberry game total of 27, 15 in the period. So Danbury, the aggressors in the period, and quite frankly, they did play better than the Black Bears did in the middle period. And the Black Bears' 3-goal lead, gone, evaporated, disappeared, and now they find themselves down by 1. So there are 2 ways this can go, as I'm getting ready to toss it over to Cole. You can feel sorry for yourself that you no longer have a 3-goal lead, or you treat this game like anything else and you just realize that, hey, we're down by 1 goal and we still have 20 minutes to play. Anything can happen. So got to figure out which way the Black Bears are going to go.
Yeah, you can't just go and put your head down and go, oh, wow, poor me. You got to get back up on the horse. You got to go out there and you got to give the Danbury Hat-Tricks more than they can handle in this third period. We've seen this offense do it before. They can put 3 goals in 3 minutes. They could put 7 goals in a period. They just have to get off and rolling and not let the Danbury Ice Arena, because it's a tough arena to play in. The fans are right on top of you. You can hear them. You got to block out the noise. You got to get pucks to the net, take away Liam Murray's eyes, and build off good momentum, build off a good start to the period.
That's the voice of Cole Parenti doing color commentary tonight. We'll be back in Binghamton soon. Alex Jones will be on the call with me tomorrow night back home for New Year's Eve for the rematch of this game. This is the 8th matchup of the season between the two sides. Binghamton has won the last 6 in a row, and Danbury trying to break that streak here tonight, and they've done a good job so far through 2 periods of play. Tomorrow night's game at home starts at 5 o'clock, special New Year's Eve start time. 2-for-1 beers until the end of the first period, so I implore you to go ahead and grab your tickets now. BinghamtonBlackBears.com. Still waiting on that number update from my good friend Bobby, but hopefully we will get that in just a little bit. We're going to take a timeout, come back with the out-of-town scoreboard update as best we can, and more right after this.
Whether you're a high school or college athlete or a weekend warrior, Guthrie is the area's premier sports medicine program, offering injury evaluation, concussion management, physical therapy, and more. With a full team of providers across New York and Pennsylvania offering same or next day appointments, Guthrie gets you back in the game as quickly as possible. Call the Guthrie Sports Medicine team today at 866-GUTHRIE or learn more at guthrie.org/sportsmed.
Are you looking for a new place to live? Lofts at JC is the official housing partner of the Binghamton Black Bears and the only luxury housing provider offering both 2 and 3 bedroom units, fully furnished for a modern living lifestyle. Lofts at JC is centrally located in the heart of the Tri-Cities area, located at 128 Grand Avenue in Johnson City. Housing applications are accepted online at loftsatjc.com. Once again, that's loftsatjc.com.
Toyota Trucks. Let's go places.
Jersey, bring us the Hitties! Yeah! All right, I got the Hitties. Out, eh? Oh, yeah. Cheers, baby. A win like that calls for a real celebration. Oh, yeah. I have one on that night.
Magic 101.7.
Best radio station. Keeps getting better.
Better music selection.
Best ever. Makes me feel better.
Number 1 for music and fun.
It's like the best ever.
Magic 101.7. 100% local.
Getting your hands on an all-new CF Moto side-by-side or four-wheeler is now easier than ever at ExciteMotorsports.com. Purchase your next power sports vehicle with our new, easy, and quick online buying experience. Browse inventory on ExciteMotorsports.com. Buy, get approved for financing and e-sign online right from your phone. Ride, have your new power sport vehicle delivered to your home the next day at no extra charge. Browse, buy, ride. Fun starts here at ExciteMotorsports.com.
Experience the new way to watch your Black Bears play all season long, at home and on the road, free on YouTube.
You can experience gig speeds with Greenlight Networks. Our reliable fiber connection provides fast, affordable internet, so you can accomplish more in less time. We're expanding coverage in many places in the Southern Tier, and we want to be your internet provider. Visit greenlightnetworks.com and click on Check Availability to see if we're in your area. Greenlight Networks, fast, affordable internet in your hometown.
Welcome back to the Danbury Ice Arena here tonight for the 8th matchup of the season between the Danbury Hat-Tricks and the Binghamton Black Bears. Hard to believe that it's already been 8 times. And Binghamton down by 1, finds themselves in a, I would say, not too familiar spot, trailing going into the third period, but we have seen them come back multiple times this year, and in a 20-minute game that you got to think about this now, a 1-goal lead is really nothing, is how quickly these two teams can score.
Yeah, we've seen both offensive and especially the Binghamton offense erupt at times. At a given moment, they could turn on you in a dime and put 3 in the back of your net before you have your head spinning asking what just happened. So they need to have that Binghamton Black Bear team come out and not the one that came out in that second period. Coach Sherwood, I'm sure, is letting them know they got to stick to their point of emphasis, blocking shots, taking away Nick DiNicola and Johnny Ruiz's chance at the net, and really focus themselves on getting their game played, getting pucks to the net, and tipping them in front of Liam Murray, because we saw that was a big part of their game plan here, especially in the beginning of the first, but a little bit in the second, where they kind of got away from it. They started to drift back at the end, and that's where they started to find success.
So both teams have made adjustments. Danbury not allowing shots to be redirected or tipped is basically their biggest adjustment, and the way that they've been playing 5-on-5. And Cole, you just mentioned about, letting Johnny Ruiz get to the net. Realistically, Ruiz is responsible for 3 of the 4 goals. The 2 even strength goals back in the first to get Danbury back into the game. And then on the goal to give Danbury the lead, it's his shot. They get saved by Levechi, and Scully just knocks in the rebound. So really playing a big factor in not all 3, because he was not on the ice for the Josh LaBelle goal that tied the game up at 3, and that's just an unfortunate bounce off a defenseman's skate. They got past Sam Levechi, who looked like he was fighting his confidence a little bit, but settled down after Danbury got the lead and made some really key saves to not allow them to expand their lead on the Black Bears to 2 or more. So, well, while we have the opportunity, let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard here from the Danbury Ice Arena. We do have a game that has gone final. Columbus defeats Carolina 4-3 on the road. So the River Dragons take 6 points this weekend against the Thunderbirds. Motor City, Port Huron, about to start the third period. They're tied up at 3. Baton Rouge leads Mississippi 2-1 in the intermission. And a high-scoring affair also in Watertown as the Wolves lead the River Sharks 4-3. So Watertown, Elmira in a tight one, 4-3. Motor City, Port Huron tied at 3 going into the third. And Columbus does beat Carolina 4-3. Baton Rouge leads Mississippi 2-1 going into the third period as well. That's a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. We'll be right back after this with more on the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report.
For discounted name brand clothing and footwear for the whole family, Homer Men and Boys Store is the place to shop. In business since 1951, our woman-owned family business is known for treating their customers like family. And there's nothing more important to us than backing every sale with friendly service. Come visit us to see the largest pair of jeans in the world. Come see what we have for you.
All about you make me think of good things. Good things. Like calming tempers down. Good things. And passing them around. So stand up and cheer. Well, that's gonna be a good thing.
Share a good-natured Canadian Pilsner.
Awestruck Premium Hard Cider, crafting transcendent, awe-inspiring liquid made and sealed right in Sydney, New York with New York State apples. Improve your day with Awestruck Premium Hard Cider. CryoWorks provides cryotherapy that uses nitrogen-cooled air to target specific areas of pain and inflammation. Local cryotherapy targets a specific area to deliver the same effects of the whole-body cryotherapy to that specific site. Treatments take 5 to 8 minutes, with a benefit exceeding that of hours of icing. Your Binghamton Black Bears' premier choice of cryotherapy, CryoWorks.
Stay in the swing of things with your golf game this winter and check out Fairways Indoor Golf Company. At Fairways, you can play any 3 state-of-the-art golf simulators. Enjoy your favorite cocktail in the lounge by the fire, or watch your favorite sports team on over 9 82-inch TVs. The only slice you'll experience will be from the homemade pizza from the clubhouse kitchen. Bring your own clubs or use theirs. Get the golfer in your life a Fairways gift certificate. Tee off with Fairways Golf Company, 511 Hoover Road, Enwell. Online at fairwaysindoor.golf.
Are you compassionate and interested in providing care to people with developmental disabilities? Check out a New York State career with Broome OPWDD. Enjoy great benefits such as job security, health insurance, retirement plan, paid time off, opportunities for advancement, and so much more. Positions as direct support professionals in the community or at a secure facility might be exactly the change of pace that you're looking for. For more information, call 607-240-4786 or go online to www.opwdd.ny.gov.
Go with the winner, Jeff Kai's Auto Sales.
We have a huge selection of vehicles and every tool available to fit everyone's credit needs. If you've been told no before,
I say no when it feels so good to say yes.
Get the vehicle you deserve.
Yes, that's awesome.
With our guaranteed credit approval program, which can easily be filled out online at jeffkais.com.
Jeff Kai's Auto Sales, Apple Lincoln. Go with the winner, Jeff Kai's.
Are you planning on traveling to Binghamton for an upcoming Black Bears game? If so, check out La Quinta Inn and Suites by Wyndham for a night away from home. La Quinta Inn and Suites is a short drive from the arena and is conveniently located off of the Southern Tier Expressway and Highway 17 with easy access to Interstate 81 and the Vestal Parkway. La Quinta Inn and Suites by Wyndham at 581 Harry L. Drive, Johnson City. Reach them at 607-770-9333.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Old Vestal Road in Vestal. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Are you kidding me?
How do you do that?
Dude, I just got a new hot spring spa.
Carlisle has hot spring spas starting at $39.95. Come see how we make every day better by relaxing in a hot spring spa.
What happened to you today? You're shredding it.
Hot spring spas, baby.
Welcome back to the Danbury Ice Arena. Black Bears find themselves in a 1-goal deficit going into the third period as they trail 4-3 after 40 minutes of play. Getting ready to put 20 minutes up on the big board, and the Black Bears still have some stuff to sort out. Not the best period from Binghamton, but definitely not the worst of the season. They do allow 2 goals. One at even strength and one on the power play. And after a great start, things kind of died down a little bit. So I don't think this is a everybody panic situation in the locker room. I think it's just being calm and reminding everybody of what they can do. And when they stick to the way that they want to play, good things happen, and you just kind of have to stick with it.
Yeah, it's definitely not a panic mode. It's more of a let's regroup and figure out how we can come out of here with at least 1 point, and like goldenly, let's come out of here with all 3. But you're right, there's definitely not a panic mode. They're more thinking, let's get back to our Binghamton Black Bear game. Let's show everyone why we're a superpower team in this league, why we stand on top of the Empire Division, what makes us the top dogs. And that's what Binghamton has to do. They have to assert themselves and assert their game and their physicality and their offensive prowess.
That's the voice of Cole Parenti. I am Brooks Hill. Cole will be headed back home to Long Island. And after tonight's game, I will be on the bus back to Binghamton as we get ready for New Year's Eve tomorrow night. As I've just been actually given the names of the officials, so I'm going to write those down really quickly. But Cole, why don't you run everybody through what really happened in the second period?
Well, the second period, definitely not one to remember for the Triple Bs as they came out and you could see the buzzing from Danbury. Whatever was said in their locker room worked. They came right out of the gates. They got the game-tying goal. The game started to gel up a little bit, seemed to have a bit of fumbling and bumbling passes, and then all of a sudden Danbury, off a broken play, put one right behind Sam Levechi, took the lead, and that's where we stand right now with more fumbling and bumbling at the end. So we'll see if Binghamton and Danbury can crisp up the passes, and we'll see where this third period takes us in just about a minute as the Black Bears get themselves back on the ice.
That's the voice of Cole Parenti. I have everything written down. So 20 minutes left to go. Anything can happen. One thing we do know is that we're going to start this period at 5-on-5, something that we have not done yet tonight.
Yeah, that's definitely a different feeling, you know. That's a good point, Brooks. I think this has got to be the first game I've ever watched where it's the first time we start in the third period 5-on-5 after that opening minute or pre-game penalty. It won't have a game with someone not in the box, or period not to start with someone in the box, as Josh LaBelle still serving that 10-minute game misconduct. But we'll see how it goes.
So just to recap, Binghamton started the game on a 2-minute power play because of a delay of game warm-up violation against Danbury. Binghamton did not score on that power play, but they did score about a minute later at even strength. That was Tyson Kirkby. Then Danbury had 90 seconds of a power play that was carried over from the Jesse Anderson hooking violation at the end of the first period. So, by my count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, first time tonight we start even terms on the ice.
I don't mean to be that guy, Brooks, but you didn't count the goalies. Wouldn't that be 6?
And goalies do not count. You play the game of hockey at 5-on-5. Kirkby tips the puck in from the red line, off the stick of Dan Stone, and he tries to get on the forecheck early for the Black Bears here. Oliveri tries to stuff Chance, and Murray makes the save, and that's the second time tonight that Murray was caught looking the other way, and the Black Bears had an opportunity to stuff it on the near side.
Yeah, and Murray looked like he almost kicked that one into his net. He was kind of fumbling around down there with his pads and almost tipped it in himself. We saw Brendan Stanko score a goal similar to that against Travis Ridgeon up in Watertown from behind the goal line, but we won't see one here tonight to tie the game.
So an outlet pass from Abdella, hops over the stick of a Danbury player up at the defensive blue line. That'll allow the Black Bears to regain control as they come back from behind their own net. Kirkby at the middle of the ice, gets past Dina Cola, dropping it over for Oliveri. Wrister wide of the target to a vacated blue line. And when you don't hit the net and you have a hard shot like Oliveri, chances are it's going to ride the wall all the way out of the zone. Stone turns it over to Yao, and he fires a rising wrist shot, maybe off the top of the glove of Levechi. But Stone gives Stoichevsky a bump. Lost a hand on the puck. Yao looking for a tip. Got one from Scully, but instead makes its way into the corner, not on target. Yates brushes off a hit from McKittrick. Binghamton crosses over at the line. Yates will hold. Surveys his options, throws on the brakes, gets around Tetro. Some separation, shoots for a rebound, and Murray kicks it back up to Jesse Anderson. Anderson looking for Ivashkin on the redirect. Didn't connect with him. And this will be knocked in. Danbury goes to change. And Binghamton content to keep the same players on the ice. Yates cuts through the middle and goes cross corner dump in where Tetro is waiting for it. Sealed off. Ivashkin, though, had the puck knocked away from his stick. And Connor Woolley trying to connect on the stretch pass. It's knocked down by Levechi, and he just has to put his glove on top of it because That was his only play, and also I got caught up watching the referee. Sorry, everybody. Since that puck came from behind the red line and Levechi covered it up, Binghamton not allowed to change.
What's called reverse icing, if I'm not mistaken, Brooks, and it looks like Gavin Yates is kind of gassed. He really wants to get off the ice here. Ref's not going to allow it. They're going to pull Tyson Kirkby back too. So this will be a crucial face-off for Kirkby to try to get his team a change in possession.
So Kirkby, the only player changing. He wins the face-off, and Ivashkin puts it behind his own net. Smith will give it a touch, make sure it gets outside the blue line. Danbury way offsides, so they're going to have to touch up. And they do so, comply with the linesman. And Anderson gets it over to Smith. And Danbury wanted an icing. Well, they didn't get one right there. Brown tries to go all the way over to Troy Harwell, a native of Connecticut, the Southbury, Connecticut native. Ray has it knocked off of his stick from Zinchenko. Gets around Abdella, down low into the corner. Ray doing a nice job, playing a soft hit on Steve Brown. Size advantage to Brown in that matchup. But Binghamton with control of the puck. Liam Anderson cross corner over to Abdella. Tries to soccer style this one away. And it'll be poked over to Brown's stick. And Woolley all the way across. Pass too soft. Boilar throws on the brakes at the blue line. I believe he would have had it if he continued his forward motion. But Fletcher was touching up. And the blue line. Stone over to Ray. Cross corner dump in right on cue. Now it's Binghamton taking one out of Danbury's playbook with the cross corner dump ins. Stone fanned on the first attempt to get it deep. Second try successful. Back over to Bond. Holds for a wrister. Blocked by Ruiz. And Kirkby tries a power move front of the net. It's cleaned up and the net is knocked off its pegs.
I think they're going to force Danbury to keep the same players on the ice with that net becoming dislodged as Zinchenko was sent back from the Danberry. All right, now they're going to allow them to change. So just doing that to confuse me, I think, a little bit. Brooks, Tetro, and Di Nicola will come on. It's the Johnny Ruiz line. This line's been making it work for the Danbury Hat-Tricks. They got them right back in this one.
False start on Oliveri. Trying to get a read on that play. So Austin Thompson now will come in, take this face off. And Thompson wins it back. Sometimes you just got to throw somebody different in there. And maybe that tricked up Ruiz just a little bit. Bond gets it down low for Oliveri at the goal line. He throws it off the pad and held right on the blue paint. A very, very low ankle shot from Oliveri, but a good one. Gets another offensive zone faceoff for the Black Bears.
That would be a goal scorer's goal if Don could find the back of the net there. He just kind of threw it at the net, and it just stuck to the pad of Liam Murray. Tried hugging that corner, but just couldn't find that little tiny opening.
So a line change for Danbury. The third line of Stoicheski, Woolley, and Zinchenko comes out. Kirkby tries to win this one forward. Nifty little play, finds his tape, but he has to play it back up to the blue line. Bond, through traffic, got a tip from Austin Thompson. And Stoicheski inadvertently put it off the backside of his net. Held in for a moment by Bond, but makes it over to Stoicheski, who throws it on target, this time from the blue line. And Binghamton will be allowed to change with 4 minutes gone here in the period.
Yeah, a bit of a slow start to this one. Not many good opportunities for either squad here. Something Danbury can be content with, just milking the clock. It's on their side. Binghamton, on the other hand, needs to up the pressure, up the pace, and make Danbury play in their defensive zone. So we will see if any adjustments can be made mid-period here.
So Danbury will win this draw. Played over to Zinchenko. His backhander's blocked by Ivashkin. Trying to send the Russian winger on a breakaway was Anderson, but Zinchenko does a good job of blocking it. And this puck eludes Abdella for a second and forced Danbury to come back in their own end. Thrown down the length of the ice and off the backside of the net. This is icing against Danbury.
Nikita was inches away. If they could have got that puck to him for springing on a breakaway, looking for what would have been his second of the night. And the Black Bears will have a nice opportunity here to set up in the zone. They'll be content with sticking with Walters Anderson, Gavin Yates, Ivashkin, and Connor Smith.
So Yates wins it back to Jesse Anderson through traffic. I believe that went off the backside of Nikita. Zinchenko now control the puck, fanned on a pass, but Abdella gets over to a loose puck, and they will wrap it behind the Binghamton net once again. Off the glass and out, given a ride by JT Walters. And again, a stretch pass looking for Troy Harwell. Almost caught Jesse Anderson and JT Walters sleeping as he almost split the defense. Ivashkin pokes it past. Yao at the blue line, and Ivashkin starts his engine, tries the power move, but Ratcliffe does a good job of knocking him off the puck. And then beautifully defended again by Ratcliffe, who just had Ivashkin's number that time, as it's poked back out into the neutral zone. So Ivashkin looking for his 14th of the season. Give and go over to Yates. A shot trying to go through the 5-hole. Murray made the save. Didn't know where it was, but knew that it stayed out of the net. Logar over to Boylar. A one-timer wide of the target. And Ratcliffe with a high aerial flip goes off the head of Dina Cola over to Ruiz. Ruiz holds, looking for the 5-hole, but Levechi shut the door. Now a turnaround chance denied. Boylar was ready for it. Another turnaround shot is blocked. Binghamton trying to win a skate race, but Logar could not catch up to it in time. Yates spins around Ratcliffe. It's a give and go pass from Logar. Out wide, shot wide of the target. Logar interfered with legally though. Played back up to the line for Bond. Bond coming right off the bench, centering it off the stick of Logar. Didn't get a clean handle on it. In and out of the glove of Yates, and off a couple of bodies, held in by the Black Bears. Held in by Bond, wrister blocked by Ratcliffe, and that makes it out of the zone. He's gonna go for a line change.
Great defensive plays, 3 of them in that shift for Jacob Ratcliffe. Shut down Nikita Ivashkin twice and then was able to block that shot out of the zone and get himself a change, so he'll get some stick taps from his guys on the bench.
Stoicheski tries to float it up for McKittrick on the backhand. He turns around, one-handed stick handling move, try to get it back to his forehand. He's unsuccessful. Stone goes off the backside of the net. And a shot that rides off the wall and into the crowd out of play. 7 minutes gone here in the third period. We'll be right back after this. 4-3 Danbury.
Bring in the new year with the Binghamton Black Bears as they take on the Danbury Hatchlets on Sunday, December 31st at a special 5 p.m. start time. It is 2-for-1 beer night, and the Black Bears will be wearing their Night Ranger jerseys for the second time this year. Grab your tickets now at BinghamtonBlackBears.com.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Upper Front Street in Binghamton. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
All about you make me think of good things. Good things. Like calming tempers down. Good things. And passing them around. So stand up and cheer. Well, that's gonna be a good thing.
Share a good-natured Canadian.
Welcome back to the third period. 7 minutes gone. Binghamton finds themselves down by 1. And that puck is thrown into the crowd. And they're going to say delay of game against the Black Bears. Sent right into the 200 level. And I think I'm going to have to agree with the Danbury players here as that puck sent right out of play, right off the draw.
This is make or break time here for Binghamton. The next goal is so crucial. You don't want to give up. You want to be the guys to score it, tie this game. If Danbury goes up by 2, that mountain gets so hard to climb, especially with only 12 minutes to go.
Kirkby will get the puck off the face-off.
Whoa.
And takes a funny bounce off the wall and Murray has to pin that puck up against the post with his skate. So Walters will have a 2-minute sit down that'll feel like an eternity.
You could say that again.
But Kirkby does a good job of getting that puck deep right off the start. Now this time, Danbury wins the faceoff in their own end, and they will have a full ice breakout. Errant pass though, turns it over to Jesse Anderson. Thompson takes a look behind the play to see if Binghamton could play keep away, but he just does the smart thing, gets the puck deep, and Danbury comes from behind their own net. Ratcliffe wraps it around the wall. Levechi will let it go. Scully does get it down low, but Jesse Anderson read the play. Throws on the brakes, turned it over though, giving it right back to Danbury. Yao settles it down. Head fake around Josh Fletcher. He's outside the docks. They work it down low for McKittrick. DiNicola looking for Scully. Low angle shot, easy save for Levechi. Smith using his big body, does get the puck off the glass and out. And Danbury will touch up, and it looks like they're going to change some of their power play unit members as well. Northeastern Striping Corporation penalty kill for all your paving and concrete needs. And it's a big one here. 30 seconds left to go in it.
Look at JT Walters. He's already standing up in the box wanting to get out of there. He's been up since 45 seconds to go. He's not trying to stay in that box any longer than he has to.
Woolley throws on the brakes. Self-pass off the wall. Back up for DiNicola at the blue line over to LaBelle. Tie the game up at 3 with his first goal as a hat trick. He plays catch with Woolley. Back over to Woolley. Bond comes flying out. Blocks a shot into the corner. Walters set to return. And Thompson pokes it away. And back over to JT Walters. Tried to hit Bond in stride. So Binghamton does kill off the Danbury power play. Now 1 for 5. So a penalty coming up. Too many men on the ice against the Black Bears. Looks like they're headed right back to the penalty box.
Yeah, it looks like they just got jumbled with JT Walters returning. I counted it at one point. It looked like there were 6 guys on the ice, which is, as you know, too many men, but it looked like 6 guys far from the bench. Don Oliveri will be the one to serve it, but you can't tie the game if you're on the penalty kill, Brooks. So I know they're going against a Danbury team that only has 13 power play goals and a little over 100 attempts, but they're still professional hockey players. You give them the chance, they're going to come through eventually.
I wonder if you start to see Binghamton try to go short-handed. Something that they have not succeeded in too much this year. Both of the goals, short-handed, do come in late game scenarios with an empty net. Puck comes off. Excuse me, net comes off. Liam Anderson had his stick knocked clean right out of his hands in front of the net. So 18 seconds knocked off the Danbury power play. They'll get the net set right back up.
Brooks, I don't think you go for the shorthanded chance here. You still have 10 minutes with this penalty. If they can kill it, they'll have 8 to play, so I don't think you take the risk just yet.
Ratcliffe plays it off the wall, takes a funny bounce off the stanchion. Boilar tries to settle it down, but it makes its way back up to Ruiz at the blue line. Kirkby marked him temporarily. Now Ratcliffe running out of ice. He has no choice but to play it over. Yao with a shot that's denied. Liam Anderson gets over to a loose puck, and he sends it down the length of the ice with 10 minutes gone here in the period. Danbury touches up, though, at the blue line on a beautiful pass from Liam Murray. Scully playing it over to Woolley, and he toes the blue line, has the puck hop up into the air, and a penalty is coming up. High sticking is the call. And that'll take us to the under 10 media timeout. So it looks like we could be headed to 4-on-4 hockey, or else Binghamton's on a 5-on-3 on the other side of this. Find out when we come back. Black Bears hockey on the air.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Old Vestal Road in Vestal. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Whether you're a high school or college athlete or a weekend warrior, Guthrie is the area's premier sports medicine program, offering injury evaluation, concussion management, physical therapy, and more. With a full team of providers across New York and Pennsylvania offering same or next day appointments, Guthrie gets you back in the game as quickly as possible. Call the Guthrie Sports Medicine team today at 866-GUTHRIE or learn more at guthrie.org/sportsmed.
Welcome back, everybody. We are now at 4-on-4 hockey for the next 58 seconds. Or no, excuse me. We will not be 5-on-4. This is still a power play for Danbury. Instead of a high sticking penalty, they say that it was touched with a high stick from Danbury deliberately, so that moved the puck into the offensive side. Offsides is Danbury. They're going to be forced to touch up, and that'll watch some precious seconds tick off the clock. So I got a little bit ahead of myself. I apologize for that. The way that they moved that puck into the offensive zone, I thought we were going 4-on-4. So 30 seconds left to go in the Danbury power play. This is their 6-man advantage of the night. Dinacola leaps to go for Tetreault. And penalty now is coming up against Danbury. Jesse Anderson.
Smart move by Connor Smith to play this back and kill off the penalty. Hats off for that. Great job by him. Heads up hockey. So now Binghamton will get a full 2-minute power play.
So now Oliveri returns and the Danbury power play is 1 for 6. So 6-on-5 right now for the Black Bears. Net empty. Delayed penalty. That is Bill Bird, 43, with the orange stripes, with his arm up into the air. Yates crosses over. Drops it back for Smith. Goes cross ice for Jesse Anderson. Almost lost the handle on it, but Binghamton keeps control. Anderson holds again over to Oliveri. Both referees with their arms up in the air. And Kirkby holds. Dots looking for the tip. Denied. Anderson back across for Oliveri. No possession. And looks like we have a whistle. A lot of people dressed in white and black. Not happy about that.
Rightfully so. That was not possession of the puck. It was just tipped away by Pamelaon. Tetreault will be the one to go off on the ice, but Don Oliveri is very hot, and I can tell why.
So 12 minutes time in the penalty, and this is a traditional 5-on-4 power play for the Black Bears. So Binghamton wanted to keep it because they were in the delayed penalty sequence. But referee deemed that that pass was enough for possession. Oliveri with a booming slap shot. Ruiz almost just went shorthanded the other way. Loads the cannon up again. That's off of Yao and Murray. Off the wall, held in by Bond. His wrister, and Murray makes the save with Thompson and Logar out in front. Danbury just had 2 opportunities to almost go shorthanded breakaways. And Binghamton getting very lucky at the blue line by Dakota Bond holding the puck in twice.
Yeah, I was going to say 2 great keeps by Dakota Bond. It's better to be lucky than good, and Dakota Bond right there was both. What a keep by him both times.
So Logar comes off the face-off cross ice over to Oliveri, a little bit too far in front of 13. Now Logar directly behind the net. Draws a little bit of a double team. That allows Oliveri the opportunity to play the puck, but finds its way over to Scully and cleared by the Hat Tricks. Minute 20 left to go in the Haney Hard Seltzer power play. That is 2 for 5 on the night. First unit still out there, as this puck will hop over the stick of Tyson Kirkby. It's a skate race as Steve Brown tries to get over to it and lift it out on the backhand by Zinchenko. First unit still staying out there halfway through. Bond gets around Ruiz with a nice little head fake. Over to Logar through the middle of the ice with a lot of room. Throws on the brakes. Gets it back over to Bond. Now Oliveri can load up a cannon. Kirkby, though, touches, and the net has come off its pegs once again.
Seems to be a soft touchdown there on that net. That's about the third time we've seen that one get dislodged. Something looked like it might have been started to be cooking, so we'll see if these last 43 seconds can build off that.
Well, now the line change comes for the Black Bears. And the second unit makes its way out onto the ice. LaBelle off the face-off win, slaps it around the wall, and knocked down by Lavecchi on the other end of the ice. So Ruiz stays out there. And by my count, he's been out there for 90 seconds. Ivashkin flies into the zone. Over to Smith. Drops it for Yates. A blockered away by Murray. One of his better saves of the period. Yates and Anderson play catch. Over to the open man, Ivashkin. A lot of space. His snapshot might have been deflected by Boilar. Murray might have got a piece of it. 3 seconds left to go. Yates holding. Back across for Ivashkin. State to skit. Just poked wide. And Tetro has returned. And Murray deflects that puck out of play. Binghamton power play 2 for 6 on the night with 5:54 left to go in regulation time.
They were getting the puck around, doing a good job on that last one. Just Liam Murray was better. He really settled in since giving up those 3 quick goals in the first. He's been nearly unbeatable. And Binghamton running out of time, only about 5 minutes. Excuse me. Only about 6 minutes, I should say, to go.
Fletcher wins it forward, almost got it over to Ray. Somero, though, with a booming slap shot. His third of the season is a huge one. And after the power play for the Black Bears was unsuccessful, the third line comes out with energy, and these guys have been playing red hot, Cole.
It's that third line again, like you said, Brooks. But this time it's the third of them. It's Justin Somero. And if Binghamton ever needed a big goal, after he missed 2 chances right there in the slot, Brooks, he makes no mistake with the big, booming slapper. And if it isn't a Binghamton Black Bear versus Danbury hat-trick game here in the ice arena, we're all tied late.
So 14 minutes and some change as Murray holds onto that puck. I was trying to write down the time of the goal real quick. See if the internet's working again. And it has not updated yet. But the latest goal comes from Justin Somero. Believe an assist would be given to Josh Fletcher, who won that face-off. And they're actually unassisted at 14:27. So we're going to say Danbury failed on the clear attempt, and that's why it's unassisted. Third line still out there, and why not? Stone a wrister, blocked by Yao, and he's in pain. I think that caught him in the soft spot of the glove. Thrown down the length of the ice, but Di Nicola beats out the icing. Yao makes his way over to the bench. And this is tipped on the way through. Yao's stick still hanging out in the defensive zone. Stretch pass from McKittrick, trying to go 1-on-2. No quarter given by Jesse Anderson, but Stoichevsky able to get the puck down low. Under 5 minutes left to go here, and once again, we are all even, just how we started. LaBelle could not baseball that one out of the air. And Tetro lost it in his skates, down low for Oliveri. Low angle shot, Murray made the save, puck stays in play. Oliveri tries to center it off the goaltender again, and this puck knocked down off the glass too hard, and it's icing with 4:14 left to go here in the third period. Taking our final time, 4-4, right after this.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Upper Front Street in Binghamton. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Toyota trucks. Let's go places.
Welcome back in, everybody. 4-4 with 4:14 left to go. So a lot of fours in that. Anderson's wrister blocked by Stoycheski. Danberry was guilty of an icing infraction before we went to commercial. And Danberry trying to reclaim the lead. Beautiful touch pass by Yates over to Ivashkin. Ivashkin settling it down. Tried to center up, but Connor Smith taken out on the other side of the post. Puck stays in play. Walters cross ice for Yates. Off the wall to Ivashkin, but poked away by LaBelle, who saw that play coming. Woolley, same side, chip in charge. Over to Walters, steered over to his defensive partner, Jesse Anderson. Smith goes off the wall as well, and that puck hops over the stick of Yates from Brown into the Danbury bench with 3:30 left to go.
Brooks, LaBelle might have the biggest stick I've ever seen. Gets a piece of that pass. It's probably as tall as, maybe, it's not as tall as I am, but it is at least 5 feet tall, maybe 4.5. It's big.
So first line versus third line right now. Turnover, Logar intercepts it from Steve Brown, but does get crunched against the wall to pay the price. Abdella scored the shootout winner all the way back in October in the first matchup of the season between these two teams. He gets the puck deep, but loses it to Josh Fletcher, who flies out of the defensive zone. Gets around Di Nicola. Murray will just throw it down the length of the ice. This is icing, as Murray had no play but to go the whole length of the ice, unless he wanted to melt that down and take a face-off, but why not take a few seconds off the clock?
Yeah, but at least if you melt it down, I believe you could change your forwards. Now you're stuck with the same 5 guys. They've been out there for a little while now. Di Nicola, Ratcliffe, Brown, Ruiz, and Abdella. So we'll see if Binghamton can capitalize on the Danbury goaltender's mistake.
So Thompson comes off the face-off, tries a stuff chance. It's denied by Murray. That wraparound just not as good to the Black Bears as it has been to the Hat Tricks this season. Oliveri gets it deep, and Murray settles it, reverses it back around for Oliveri. Comes in, and a pad save by Murray, and he knocked the net off in the process.
They got to put some sticky glue or something on that net. Comes off way too much, but Don Oliveri tried catching Liam Murray sleeping, and he almost got him.
Binghamton will change Boylar for Bond. And Jesse Anderson trying to get an explanation from the official.
I wonder if Binghamton's asking about that net coming off a lot, if they're thinking he's doing it intentionally, but I think that's tough to kind of convey.
Soft shot from Dan Stone, was probably looking for a redirect from somebody. Patted away by Murray, and then Stone almost lost the handle on it to Di Nicola. That could have been disastrous. Oliveri gets it below the goal line, gives chase, brushes off Abdella, and Kirkby soccer styles it up to his tape. The lefty settling it down, dancing around Ruiz. A backhander all the way through the blue paint. Bond comes in, a high riser, and that was tipped, I believe, off the stick of Murray into the netting and out of play with 2 minutes left to go here in regulation.
Yeah, Binghamton finally getting that momentum they had in the first period going again. They're getting shots to the net. Liam Murray is being barraged right now by the men in green and white. So he's looking at his defense saying he needs some help. So we'll see where we go from here.
Binghamton now 41 shots on goal as Bond throws one off the shoulder of Murray back into the safety netting again.
Another souvenir, Brooks. Finds the netting, not the one that Dakota Bond was searching for, but the type that will get a stoppage of play nonetheless.
So Binghamton now up to 42 shots on goal after they came in with 29 in the period. Yates off the face-off. This time it doesn't go out of play. It was a low shot. That was patted away by Murray. 1:45 left to go here in regulation time. Ivashkin's marking LaBelle, forcing the defenseman to come out and play the puck. Scully up into the neutral zone. Up to Stoichevsky. Comes in, and Levechi robs Stoichevsky right on the doorstep. Talk about being ready for the moment. A puck gets past the Black Bears defense, and the goaltender bails out Binghamton. Yates comes flying into the zone. Doesn't have a lot of help right now. Black Bears in the process of a line change. Bond over to Walters. Fires the snapshot, looking for a tip. Never made it to the target. Danberry cleans it up out of the zone. And cross ice, Ivashkin muscled off by Scully. 1 minute left to go. It's 3-on-2. LaBelle offsides at the line with 56 seconds left to go.
You got to make sure you at least get the point here, Brooks. You cannot leave the Danbury Ice Arena empty-handed after tying this game up late, so you got to play this smart. You'll be okay sacrificing the 1 point if you can get 2, but you have to at least get 1 to have a bus ride home that doesn't feel like a complete downer, I should say.
Face-off won by Fletcher. Logar comes in, throws a knuckle puck just off the target of Murray. Jared Yao has returned. Looks to be okay, so we're happy for him that he's able to continue playing. Nobody in the penalty box for either side. As Somero breaks his stick in the process, I believe that is the textbook hit from Jared Yao, going through the body and breaking the stick in the process. This puck was tipped by Oliveri. 25 seconds left to go. Lars slaps it around, takes a funny bounce and doesn't make it past the red line. I really was thinking that was going to be an icing as Kirkby and Ruiz collide with each other at center ice. Lars dumps this in cross corner. 7 seconds left to go. And this is shot down the length of the ice. Liam Anderson trying to get to the line, and he does. But the horn sounded. So
they've put .1 back on the clock.
Yep.
Not much you can get done with .1 seconds, but
no, this is all but
kind of a technicality here.
Yeah.
I believe we'll be heading to the overtime period. Brooks, I was joking with my father in the car on the way up here. He says every time we go to Danbury, it seems to go to overtime, and that'll reign true again tonight. This is his third game here in the Ice Arena, and the third straight time they're going to overtime, at least, maybe even more.
They put an extra 1/10 of a second up on the clock. Oliveri off the draw. It's blocked, and we are headed to overtime. Both teams secure a point in the standings. We will take a timeout, come back with the Toyota RAV fourth period, everybody. Don't go anywhere. Another point up for grabs.
Are you ready to take your billiards game to a whole new level? Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop has everything you need to impress your friends and crush your opponents. American Q Sports certified coach Kim the Dragon Young is now accepting new students. From novices to pros, the Dragon helps you find your best game with in-person or online instruction available worldwide. Need help with stance, stroke, or alignment and aiming? We've got you covered. Looking for advanced cue control techniques and trick shots? No problem. Follow us on Facebook at Dragon Billiards Instruction and Instagram at Dragon Billiards Kim for free daily tips and drills, upcoming tournaments and events, as well as exciting contests and giveaways. Subscribe on Patreon for personalized video content. Visit our online pro shop for the lowest prices on the highest quality pool cues, accessories, and Dragon Billiards gear. Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop, breathing fire into your game.
Welcome in, everybody, for the Toyota RAV fourth period. Each team has secured 1 point in the standings. We will have 3-on-3 overtime to start. If a team takes a penalty in this 5-minute session, instead of losing a player, the offended team gains a player. So, for example, if Binghamton took a penalty, instead of playing 3-on-2, Danbury would be on the advantage 4-on-3. Next goal wins the game. If you are just tuning in, finding us on YouTube, you've missed a good one.
Yeah, where have you been all night?
Binghamton scores 3 goals in the first 5 minutes. Their lead gets evaporated They go down 4-3, and they tie the game late with about 5 minutes left to go, thanks to Justin Somero on the third line.
Now overtime becomes a possession game. You wait for the other team to make a mistake. You mark a man and you stay with him. So we'll see which team caves first.
So Ruiz comes flying on in, tries the stuff chance, and it's denied. Lavetti was expecting it. Turned over though, back over to Ruiz, and Lavetti makes another good save. Somebody should start to mark Johnny Ruiz. Looks like Yao lost his footing. Oliveri lost the puck behind him, and Yao comes back the other way. Yao holds, goes between his own legs, and Oliveri lost his stick in the process. He's going to go for a line change. Dakota Bond will take his spot. Kirkby waiting behind his own net. Lets Thompson go off for a line change. Tetreault has come onto the ice along with Scully as well. So now Kirkby takes a look over at the bench, and Gavin Yates will go. And too many men on the ice against Binghamton. Kirkby had not gotten all the way off. And it's going to be a power play in overtime for Danbury. A minute 07 into the period.
Coach Sherwood is absolutely livid at that call. That is a brutal call for overtime, but you know, you got to stay consistent. They called it earlier, so now the Black Bears will have to put that penalty kill to the test, as Don Oliveri will serve the too many men on the ice penalty.
So that's a bench minor. And I understand what Binghamton's trying to do there. Just almost timed it up perfect. So this is a 4-on-3 power play for Danbury. Looked like they dropped that puck a little bit early. I don't think both teams were set up yet. Kirkby gets over to a loose puck and slides it down the length of the ice. So now Brown dropping it back for Yao. He crosses over the line. This plays on sides. Bond trying to knock it away from Ratcliffe. And it's knocked away by Kirkby, but doesn't have enough in the tank to get past Steve Brown. Kirkby calling for a line change, and Josh Fletcher will come take his spot. See, the Black Bears were a little bit later that time to go as this puck is put out by Ratcliffe. Minute 15 left to go in the Northeastern Striping Corporation penalty kill. Boilard comes off. Stone takes his spot. LaBelle of the left wing side comes in for Scully. His shot's denied, and Lavetti makes the save halfway through. Stoichevsky tries to get over to LaBelle. His place to drop it back to Ruiz. Stoichevsky tipped in by LaBelle. So a power play goal in overtime for Danbury is the difference maker here in this one. Binghamton will escape with 1 point. They're fall to 17-2-4 and now have 54 points in the standings. But a power play goal ends the night for the Black Bears here, and one that kind of got away. They battled back to make sure they don't go home empty-handed. And that'll be the end of this one. I believe Lavetti made the initial save, but with that extra player down near the goal line, an easy tip in at the final second. So that'll be the end of that one. We will come back with the La Quinta Inn and Suite post-game show, getting you ready for the rematch tomorrow night. So don't go anywhere, anybody. More coming up right after this.
Bring in the new year with the Binghamton Black Bears as they take on the Danbury Hatchlets on Sunday, December 31st at a special 5 p.m. start time. It is 2-for-1 beer night, and the Black Bears will be wearing their Night Ranger jerseys for the second time this year. Add your tickets now at BinghamtonBlackBears.com.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Upper Front Street in Binghamton. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
All about you make me think of good things. Good things. Like calming tempers down. Good things. And passing them around. So stand up and cheer. Well, that's good beer. Good things.
Share a good-natured Canadian Pilsner.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Old Vestal Road in Vestal. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Whether you're a high school or college athlete or a weekend warrior, Guthrie is the area's premier sports medicine program, offering injury evaluation, concussion management, physical therapy, and more. With a full team of providers across New York and Pennsylvania offering same or next day appointments, Guthrie gets you back in the game as quickly as possible. Call the Guthrie Sports Medicine team today at 866-GUTHRIE or learn more at guthrie.org/sportsmed.
Welcome into the La Quinta Inn and Suites postgame show. Here tonight, Black Bears fall in overtime by a final score of 5-4. Final stats, Binghamton 2 for 6 on the power play. Danberry 2 for 7. And Danberry grabs the extra point here tonight. And as much as people will probably hate me for saying this, after the first 5 minutes, Danbury was the better team in this one, Cole.
100%, Brooks. I completely agree. The Black Bears seemed to just kind of try to coast with a 3-goal lead. They seemed to think that they had scared the hat-tricks out of this game, and Danbury battled back. They climbed the mountain. Yes, they surrendered that late goal to Justin Somero, but even then, Danbury looked like the better team. In overtime, they had most of the possession even before the too many men on the ice penalty. But Binghamton still gets a point. You look till tomorrow, and you look for the rematch against this Danbury hat-tricks team.
Yeah, so the 3 times that Binghamton has played here in the arena this year, ice arena, I should say, lost in a shootout, won in a shootout, and lost in overtime. So points in every game.
We've only been here 3 times?
I think so.
No, we've been here 4. The game that...
And then regulation
win.
One regulation win, that's right. So points in every game in the ice arena this year, something that teams of past seasons not able to manage.
It's a tough arena to play in, Brooks. If you take a look, the fans are so close to the ice. They're so loud and passionate about their Danbury hat tricks that they will get on you and they can get under your skin, and you have to respond to that. And I think the Black Bears do a good job of drowning out the noise. They still walk away with a point. I'm sure they're not going to be happy with how this one ended. But you look to tomorrow. You have these hat tricks again in your barn, the Viz, as I like to call it, the Visions Veteran Memorial Arena, and you have to show them what you're made of.
Yep, and they're not going to have to wait too long. 5 o'clock is going to come earlier than what a lot of people think, and it'll be a big advantage for Danbury, who can go right on home, go right to sleep. Binghamton will have to travel home tonight, get home late, unpack, and then with a game time up at 2 hours earlier than what both sides are used to, got to figure out who's going to have the better jump. Maybe it's an advantage for Binghamton that they don't have to travel the day of the game.
that's what I was going to say. On the flip side, you got to wake up 2 hours earlier and travel everything 2 hours earlier. So I think it'll hopefully all even out in the end. I'll be watching from home with you and Alex, and let's go Black Bears.
Yeah, move on tomorrow. Got a point in overtime. And with 10 minutes left to go, it didn't look like that was going to happen.
No.
So, you can be upset. I understand. When your team loses, nobody gets happy, but it's a 56-game season for a reason, and the Black Bears have only still lost twice in regulation.
Yeah, and I think you said this is their 4th loss in the extra period, so what is that, 6 times overall they've left unhappy, and there's something to be said about a season like that so far, so don't get too down on yourselves. Hockey seasons are long, not too high, not too low, and come into tomorrow ready to go. It rhymes, Brooks. It even rhymes.
There you go. All right, that's the voice of Cole Parenti. He'll be back with us in a couple of weeks once he decides to leave Long Island and come back to school. For the time being, it'll be me and Alex on the calls, getting you through as best as we can. We'll talk to you tomorrow for the Triple Cities Family Dental pregame show before a 5 o'clock puck drop against these same Danbury Hat Tricks. Looking forward to the rematch. If it was good as this one, we're going to be in for a good treat in front of a near capacity crowd already. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back on the air tomorrow night. For Cole Parenti and everybody else with the Binghamton Black Bears, I'm Brooks Hill, signing off. We'll talk to you again tomorrow night from Binghamton on New Year's Eve.